You're now listening to the Sneaker Box.
Oh shit alert, Louis clothes, calling women sisters, Louboutins and Gucci shows. Well, I guess that goes my Louis shows. More old shit if your role model's a movie role. And if you live your life like it's a studio, talking to us like we mics, a bunch of you ain't do before. Electric fences for a urinal. Also keep a toaster in my jacuzzi, y'all. Shaka Zulu, call me Wasalutu. Oh shit, Lenny's record labels prostitute you. Strap them to sushi bars and feed them lots of fugu. Catch a bad piece, you can stick that 360 between your ass cheeks. Artists, let's mobilize and unionize like the athletes. Radio is making our craft weak. Forced to repeat the same dumb shit that work only as hot as your last beat. And rappers, they relating to that last piece. Album never leave they best if you ain't got no BDS. Sacrifice your publishing, they said you really need a hook, and they ain't gon' pay you. Said that you received a look. And what's stupid real is what producers feel. 20 placements or you stuck in that producer deal. And R&B chicks so get it the wildest. All their money goes to hairdressers and stylists. Gotta keep up with that image. Label lose their mind if they ever see a blemish. Proactive and peels, airbrushes and trainers. Managers suggest you fuck a nigga to be famous, But it's all entertainment. Wonder when Cobain blew out his brains, did he blame it? And if those snakes in the industry help him aim it, started pressing up records for the bullet left the chamber. I fight evil, every day I'm living. Rest in peace to men, women, and the children. And middle fingers to the pilgrims that had killed them. Friend of the people, happy Thanksgiving.
Yo, what's up, Detroit is definitely in the building via your headphones, stereo, and speakers. Of course, this is your man, the African Caesar, and this is the Sneaker Box Saturday morning show, live here on Woodward Sports. We got another good show for you guys. We got... I should have my computer up, right? We got Sotheby. Sotheby's is the new sneaker plug, apparently. At least until Monday. Somebody is about to make at least $800,000 if everything sells through. Gucci drops its cheapest sneaker ever. The only catch is it's digital. And hopefully we'll be able to get Nightwing 2303 on the show to bring back one of our favorite segments. But first, let's introduce the crew. Of course, we have... I might as well just call y'all a combo. Y'all, what was it, Slam Dunks now? We just call y'all that.
Might as well. Dunk, we got our own camera now, too. So.
I know, so look at that.
Yeah,
Y'all look so adorable together. Look at
you kind of
missed it. We almost missed it. There we go.
The combination of Slam Dunks, Geeno, the contrarian of the show, and then
it's
the
like
hype beast.
It's like cookies and cream.
Okay.
Definitely gonna see the contrast.
We'll go with that.
I still really need that bell.
I know. I keep forgetting. I get it. And then I don't know what you going by this week. You going by Dunks? You going by European Caesar? What we going by?
Caucasian Caesar would be
Caucasian
more appropriate,
Caesar?
I feel.
All right, cool. We'll go with that. How about Ivory Caesar? Like
Ivory?
that?
No, whatever. That works too.
So then that way we could be.
I'm not saying it.
We could be Ebony and Ivory.
I knew
High
you was
energy.
going there. That's why
Yeah.
I wasn't about to assist you on that. And then, of course, we have the pastor of the show, Guru.
Somebody has to save y'all.
Well put.
I mean, if I want my soul cleansed, I'd rather it be you that do the saving for me.
And I got to give you this feedback. I was going to save it for the show. So apparently a lot of people on at Nike love your feedback.
Oh, no way.
And your facial expressions. That was the two things I heard. Like your facial expressions was killing
Look,
me.
now you really about to smile.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's on smiling right there. That's the most you're going to get out of Guru.
I mean, I will,
He has the same expression for every emotion.
there's different ways to show, gratefulness,
Yeah,
other verbal and other things like
monetary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might want to compensate for all the ideas they stole.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Did Nike SB call say anything about me?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Not
word.
yet.
Say get
It's
rid
on
of
the
them.
way.
Got you. I appreciate
No,
it.
there's a lot of people saying that.
Thank you, Nike.
Well, I
appreciate
did get some feedback as well.
What was that?
Why is everyone else getting feedback?
Well, no, a lot of people have asked me. They said, you know, one of the things we like to see is we want to know what we're wearing on feet because this is a sneaker show.
That is true.
So I mean, I'm gonna kick it off. See what you rocking today.
So I got my red toe Reebok questions. We need to bring back the sneaker battles. Matter of fact, we're gonna do that. I'm glad you brought that up. So we're gonna take a picture after the show. And put it up on our IG. You guys can follow us at the _sneakerbox_show. And wow,
that might be you, Brad.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm being interrogated.
You was black as hell,
man. I'm saying,
yo, this is gonna make me Casper. Can we go back?
Man, I look like Dunks, but no. Yeah. So
you turned into European Caesar.
But no, so you can follow us on Instagram at the _sneakerbox_show, and you can vote to see who won this week's sneaker battle. But to start things off, like Geeno brought up, I am wearing my red toe Reebok questions. Of course, you know I'm wearing that Iverson throwback, so I got a match. What you got on though?
Silver Bullet Air Max 97s, because I missed Air Max Day yesterday because of working, so this is my way of celebrating. Well, you missed it today as well, so.
But it's not Air Max Day, so I don't have to
wear
Air
Maxes. But it was yesterday. Today. That's like, you know, people celebrate
March
Christmas the day after.
We're talking like, we kind of treat March like Air Max month.
It is. I mean,
whether that's like appropriate or not.
Don't let this man fool you, bro. He was on the Nike Zoom call with his Air Maxes. So don't let him let him play you people.
That's how he got that feedback.
That's how you got that feedback, man. That's how you got that.
You know what that is,
feedback
America? That's jealousy. But no. So Dunks, what you got on today?
Air Max 90 infrareds.
Okay, so obviously I didn't get the memo. Okay, I feel
Slam
bad.
Dunk.
Oh God damn it. And Guru.
I got on the 2K5 Huarache Air Maxes.
Okay, so yeah, apparently I didn't get the memo. Okay.
Well, I mean, you're the only one.
I feel like I'm Geeno today. Like,
but you got the Mitchell Ness, back pocket deal. So
I mean,
you got that. I'm pretty sure these big ass Air Maxes are yours.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow. Wow.
I think they know.
I would hope so.
Is that like a missile?
That's the Ben Simmons PE. You
pull it back so people can see it.
Those missing link Susans are pretty appropriate.
Pull it towards you. Like actually, there you go.
It's heavy.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Sneaker jam, bro.
Okay. You acting like it's Thor's hammer.
It feels like it.
Come
on,
bro.
They used it for dumbbells at Powerhouse.
No, those actually the ones that I. That shit ain't even funny. No,
dude, this is a big ass shoe, bro.
So we did that project back with help me out, Guru.
Sneaker Lab.
What is it called now? Nike by you now?
Nah, it's called
Cultivator or something.
Cultivator now.
Cultivator, yeah. So we did that project with Cultivator. That was one of my designs right there. Guru's, they stole his at least twice.
Yeah.
At least twice that I could think of.
Like America.
I opened the flood. I brought Air Max 95s back.
Like America, this man's foot is really this big. Like that shit is scary. Like it's like
imagine
not
if I
real.
drop kicked you.
Marty Jannetty.
Like just imagine that.
You remember
you're not surviving that.
You remember Bruce Lee's chest in the Game of Death when when Kareem hit him? Yeah, dude.
You're not surviving that. But no, that was actually one of my favorites because I based that on my experiences through the IBEW. Shout to them. But anyway, let's get back to the show. Social media. So I already shouted out our Instagram. You can follow us on Twitter at TSB_show. And then you can look us up on Facebook by looking up the Sneaker Box Radio Show page. And make sure to call in to our show whenever we get the phone lines up. Add them. But no, you can call our voice lines or our voicemails at I know, right? 248-677-1803. Whether you want to respond to something we said on the show or if you just have any sneaker related comments or questions, make sure to hit us up and leave us a voicemail and we'll air it on the show. Matter of fact, we got 3 voicemails today to get through. But first, today's spoof sponsor. We got another spoof sponsor.
Bet.
Yes.
We getting famous.
I know, right? So our spoof sponsor is the Zoom app. Y'all want to, and here's the, well, there you go. That's their tagline.
What I call it, Nike Zoom meetings.
Virtually allowing you to masturbate in front of your coworkers since 2013.
I use Zoom.
Yeah, I use Zoom as well.
Yeah,
but
shout out Zoom.
Shout out to Zoom. Shout out to, I know, but apparently that's what everybody uses it for. And shout out to them. That is making lemonade out of lemons. So I mean, apparently everybody, for whatever reason, people wait until they get into a job meeting to want to go ahead and beat it off. So
I mean,
you gotta live on the edge sometimes.
I mean, that's phone sex 2021.
I'm just saying,
like that way you can be
24
live
hours
in person.
There's 24 hours in a day.
With your job.
Yeah, but how many are we awake for?
With your job. With your jobs, you should be awake for 16.
Bruh. What was that?
Should be awake for 16. You should get 8 hours of sleep, but we know everybody don't get that. But
Yeah.
that's the answer to his question.
But no, it's funny though. I mean, that's literally what it seems like. That's what the most common use of Zoom is. So shout out to them to just owning it and just running.
Well, I
with
guess
it.
the worst part is, I guess the women don't get caught. It's been all
No one's
guys.
gonna
women
report that or tournament.
Admittedly, women are smarter than men in some instances, and I think they're smart enough to not to do that in front of a Zoom.
To not keep the camera on.
Yeah, and plus they got what's that thing called?
Common sense.
No, well, that. But there's that one app that they can get
I don't know nothing about that.
OnlyFans.
Oh,
They got OnlyFans, so they don't need Zoom. There you go. Exactly. See.
Hey, we
Well,
should
clearly-
get a
clearly
sneaker box
these guys-
OnlyFans coming soon.
clearly these guys getting paid to do it as well because it's a Zoom meeting for work, so they on the clock.
That's one way to look at it.
That's trifling.
And on the clock,
Hey,
and
should we
on
do-
the clock,
Detroit,
meet
you know what
beat.
that
Like,
means.
hey, maybe we should do OnlyFan reviews too.
Huh?
Should we do some OnlyFan reviews too?
You know what? We should. Let's expand. Let's expand the show.
Got ideas.
Remember we was in
I
Chicago?
mean, where we're located at.
Were you with us in Chicago when we were asking people like what animal, if they got attacked by an animal, would they beat them off?
Nah, I definitely wasn't around
Okay,
for that.
that had to be like
Oh,
one
no,
of
you
the-
think Lord Guru would be around for something
that
like
I
that?
know, yeah, Reverend Guru,
Come on now.
I mean,
Reverend Dr. Pastor Guru. No, it was the funniest thing ever because this one guy. So we were asking people because we had seen this video of like this girl survived a shark attack, and the reporter is like, "So how'd you beat off the shark?" And you know, so she's talking about how she defended herself, but obviously, if you're still stuck in high school, it sounds a certain way. So we're asking people in Chicago, like, would you beat off an animal if you were attacked? And people are like, yeah, of course. This one Russian dude had the best answer of the day. When we asked him, like, would you beat off an animal if he was attacked? He looked us dead in our eyes, and he was like, with both hands. And we was like, I'm not sure if you get the question, or maybe you do. Maybe you do get the question.
I think you did.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Like, he was dead serious. He was with both hands. I was
Wow.
like, okay then.
Got a little too personal.
A little too. But anyway, let's get back to sneakers. Let's get to our Fab 5 sneaker releases from the previous week. Starting with number 5, we have, and shout out to our guy Anderson Blue, we have the Anderson Blue Special Edition Diodora Wine Collection.
those are nice.
Real nice. And
He's starting to get a lot of love now.
yeah.
Like
And
seriously.
I love the fact too that he's doing it with, I don't want to say smaller brands, but I think
Brands with a little less notoriety. That's what you're trying to
I
say.
guess what we're trying to say.
that,
But I
that is
guess
actually a very nice way to put it.
but I guess what I'm trying to say is they kind of, one, I like the fact that it's bringing more attention to these brands like Diodora and Asics, but also two that they allow him. I feel like you get more creativity with these brands because they're trying to appeal to the sneaker community.
Well, they
on a-
probably like, what losses they gonna take?
But I feel like their biggest thing is their availability, where they're located. Like, yeah, the shoe dope, but how can I obtain it?
yeah,
So that's the thing.
they're more, and I feel like most of those releases are usually online or at boutiques.
In an East Coast boutique at that.
I was gonna say
probably.
mostly East Coast, and I think that's why I love boutiques, man. Like, cause you can find, like, obviously you got the big box stores like Foot Locker and Champs and whatever, Snipes, but those boutiques, that's where you can find like those like hard to find sneakers like that. And so, but no, shout out to Anderson Blue. I like the fact he's getting opportunities. He's still doing art, but I like the fact that he's transitioning from that to this. Number 4, we have the Air Jordan Retro 1 High OG Patina. Now, here's the crazy thing, and people might as well get used to this all year. Release dates are going to be moving all over the place. And apparently, I think the official Nike release got pushed back, but there were some stores that still released them this week.
What colors do you see?
What colors do I see?
Yeah,
I see like a Baruch brown.
Because on Twitter, people were nicknaming these like the Rusty Shadows, and then it came out it's like brown and green, right?
The Rusty Shadows.
Some of the nicknames.
That's
Y'all got to do
creative.
better with these nicknames.
Well,
That's
but is it-
creative. I like it.
I'm looking at it. I
course you
don't
do.
see it. That's like a green, not a gray, right?
Go back.
gray.
Can you put that picture back up?
They look great.
I really struggle with this one.
No, I'm struggling with this one too.
Dunks doesn't see color, which is great.
But this is a
So why
tough
me and
one.
him are friends?
Dog.
Ooh, we're all friends.
I was gonna smash.
That's why.
Next white person I hear that say that, but no. These are cool. They grew on me. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I first saw these, I was kind of like, yeah, I'm straight.
I guess they remind me of them Liberty Bell questions that Villa did. That's what they kind of
Liberty
remind me
Bell.
of.
Oh yeah.
So
It look like it should be a women's only.
I ain't mad at these. Like I said, they're growing on me, so I'm not mad at them. Anybody? I mean, would you get a pair?
I don't wear Jordan 1s like
Does
that.
it better than Georgetown 3s?
I'm neutral on them.
I wouldn't say that.
Okay, all right.
I wouldn't say that. I just told you they grew on me. Like they barely grew on me.
Yeah.
So if Nike randomly dropped those off at the doorstep and the Georgetown 3s at the doorstep, which one you wearing first?
Probably the Georgetown 3s.
All right.
That's an easier fit.
I
to
knew
put
he was
together.
gonna come around.
Yeah, he came around.
Anybody come around? My position has not changed. My position has not
changed. He
changed.
hat with that Sixers jersey too.
He finally getting it right.
Horrible, huh? America. That's what I'm saying. Like America. Like, come on, man. My position has not changed. Like, I'm not thrilled about either shoe. But the question was if they came to my doorstep. I'm assuming for free.
Georgetown 3s.
Huh?
Why you let that one grow on you, not the Georgetown 3s?
Well, the Georgetown 3s did.
I didn't hate the Georgetown 3s. I didn't initially hate the Georgetown 3s. I just said I wasn't tripping over them. These I initially hated, and they started growing on me. But the Georgetown 3s, I mean, it's what, navy blue and gray? Like, so, I mean, that's an easier fit to put together than whatever colors you got going on there. So, you know, and then trying to find a hat to go with that? Impossible.
I mean, shouldn't be a problem for you.
I mean, all you gotta do, you got hat
That's
club.
why I hate even saying
You got
stuff.
hat club on speed dial, don't you?
Yeah,
See,
exactly. That's what.
Shout out to Hat Club, by the way.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
Every time I go on their website, I'm like, damn, it all says sold out. Like, I can't get
no grams
anything.
or nothing. You come in here looking like the commissioner with every team. It's all right, though. It's all good, though. This joke's gonna stop when I start receiving products. So
Man, what that got to do with me?
No, I gotta
You know how to
constantly
get
blow
it
the
done.
dust off my
You gotta
hat.
get it done.
That ain't got nothing to. Mitchell Ness, hook this man up.
And I got told I had to wear hats
See,
because the
I'm
very
on
first
camera.
show.
I'll ask for one jersey.
Mitchell
LeBron
Ness.
and Wade jersey. That's it.
Go ahead and tell him. Zoom in on this man.
But you
Let
want the
this man
hardwood
beg for a
classic jersey though, right?
Go
Well, no,
ahead.
they didn't make that one. I just want the away navy blue Cavaliers jersey. I think it was the 08-09 one.
No, look in the camera. Look in the
I
camera.
mean, look at the camera. I mean, I got two.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. There you go.
That's
Well, that's a
all
slam
I'm
dunk
asking.
cam.
Yeah, you can't look in that one.
So, no problem.
Mitchell Ness, hook this man up.
That's all I asked for. You mean C somehow distorts it.
I feel like
And he
Black
gets on
Panther,
the
like, get
phone
this
and
man a
say-
shield.
He gets on the phone and says, you know what? He actually meant New Orleans Saints jersey in the size 4X. So, you know, deliver it to this address on 65th Mile and Gratiot. You know what I'm saying?
62.
That's exactly where he lives.
Hey, look, that's what it felt like. It felt like I traveled out of state to go there, man.
I've never passed so many food exits on my way to see a friend.
I'm telling you, man, this is why I cannot publicly celebrate my wins, man, because people will hold it against
No,
you.
this how you know C you stay far. How many rest stops did you pass by?
Right, exactly.
None. See that?
Dude, whatever.
That
It was a rest stop.
Cut the bullshit. It wasn't no rest stops. Fuck y'all. That's some bullshit.
Anytime it say Port Huron next exit, you live far.
Nah, Port Huron wasn't even the
And
next exit. Port Huron was not even the next.
Yes, it is.
I think Port Huron was
I
like
live-
15 minutes away.
I'm not even about to get my
You-
address.
You live in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, she did.
That's bullshit. I live
she
by a
did.
beach.
And how they gonna gentrify the rural area? You know what I'm saying? That's what
I
you
was gonna
saying.
say I didn't expect black people to live out there.
Yeah,
that
you
was a
know what I'm
shocker.
saying?
Are you the only one?
But then again, he
Am I-
lives,
no,
he
that's
lives
a lot
out
of us
there
out
with the
there,
rest of
really.
the Nike employees. So, you know, they built him a little community. You know,
That's
just like they did in Oregon.
Hold up, that's a Nike Metro Detroit HQ.
Yeah, so that's like the Nike employee satellite area. That's where they stay. You know, the
Metro
people.
Detroit HQ.
Yeah,
Wow.
Metro Detroit
All I know
HQ.
is my trophy's hiding over there.
Yeah, he
I
told
know.
me.
I keep forgetting the trophy. Okay, next week I had the trophy. I got to clear the color pencils.
It's like
out
the
of it.
Stanley Cup. We got to pass it around, have a little drink
Yeah.
out
You
of
gonna
it.
drink?
Maybe a shot.
You gonna drink? I would love to see you drink out of it.
Only you're gonna do that. I'm
I
not
was gonna
gonna
say you
drinking
can
out
have
of
that one.
I'm not drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll still do
No,
it.
COVID is still a thing, right?
I'm saying. Anybody get
Licking
vaccinated by the way?
shoes, drinking trophies.
Am I the only one that got vaccinated? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to. I gotta set mine up later on next week.
So all the Pepsi is X.
If we have a
You gotta get
vaccine
vaccinated.
sponsor.
Man. It's necessary. It's necessary. I think they're trying to set up so
It
where you
ain't
can
gonna
go
be no
down to
vaccine because you know
the.
what's gonna happen when they turn their back. He gonna spike it with some Mountain Dew.
That's a Pepsi product, so it's all good.
Come up here showing looking like Bane in that episode.
Hey, look, if that's what I gotta do to be buff, I'm down. If that's what it's gonna take.
Now, what's that
Mountain
green
Dew.
stuff running through your face? Don't worry about it. Fat Five. Don't worry about the Fat Five.
Where's Batman?
Slam dunk.
He did say it. Yeah, we gotta get that as a drop.
Yeah, make that the clip.
Y'all are horrible. Number 3, we have the Clot. So there's two. So Clot got 2 shoes on here. That's ridiculous. Clot,
Well, you kind
Nike
of gave
Air
away
Max
half the
1,
list.
Kiss of Death, huh?
You just gave away half the
I
list.
mean, you told me you said you was gonna you was trying to go for this shoe and change your mind. So
I did change my mind on it because that clear toe, no matter
It did
how
well the first time, I think.
no matter how dope your sock game is, it's just I don't know. It just look
weird,
ridiculous. Yeah, it just don't look right to me.
I mean, the shoe was cold.
No, the shoe was. I was gonna say the shoe was cold. And it's funny though because if you notice when people take pictures of the shoe, it's usually from like a real low angle, like almost like a side view angle, so you can't necessarily see their foot because their foots are always gonna be like. Some shoes are like too short, you know. So like it just don't look right to me. But I like the fact, unlike the original, they got the ventilation hose in there. Mm-hmm. So I guess
maybe they won't fog up
as much. So there's that. Number 2. So you already know there's 2 cloud shoes on here. Number 2 is the Nike Air Max 1 Kiss of Death Cha. I guess this is based on
that's crazy because it's like a whole bunch of Air Max 1s up there, and it's a whole bunch of one of your Air Max 1s up here. So it's looking like your top 5.
There's 2 Air Max 1s up here.
I mean, they're yours.
Man, it's Air Max 1s up here too. Horrible. So I'll just point out some.
Speaking of which,
I mean, we know these are yours.
These are your top 5. These are your top 5.
No, it's America's top 5.
You got these torpedoes up here. That's why you got on this red, white, and blue.
America.
Exactly.
But number 1, I don't think this is going to be any surprise, the Nike Air Max 90 Bacon. Shout out to everybody that was able to get a pair yesterday.
Oh, such as yourself?
Yeah. Through the Nike portal, one plate portal.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
Man, they took the whole hog to be able to make his shoe.
Exactly.
Who was this originally a collab with?
Wasn't
DQM or something?
What was his name?
Dave's Quality Meats.
David Ortiz.
Yeah. I was reading that he doesn't get any payments or royalties or anything off this release.
Of course
now he feels like me.
But he got them the first time. So.
I don't know. Is this different than the first release? It's just like a retro. I feel like he should still be involved or like at least have the brand name recognition.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is how mass produced it is this time because the first one was just in his store.
Right? And then Guru, school me on this. Wasn't there like another Hirachi hybrid one in the bacon colorway?
I'm not sure about that bacon Hirachi collab one. I'm not sure. I don't really keep track with that one. Like I saw it was cool, but I just don't know.
We stay kosher. I forgot.
Huh?
We stay kosher.
Yeah, no pork on the fork.
But for real, I mean, I see people go after it, but it just didn't really move me like that. So I saw another shoe I like better than that colorway was the Human Race Rivalry. It's in that same colorway. So I kind of like that one a little bit better. But
I mean, the only thing what I don't understand about the bacon is I just feel like that's a shoe that New York always gets a lot of attention, and it's nothing against New York, but it's just anytime something comes out that's a collab, someone from New York, it's like all of a sudden it gets heralded as something great. I just felt like that shoe was. I mean, it's not like, basic, but it's like
12 million people vouching for it. So I mean, that's why it sounds like that. I mean, in our city, we barely 1 million, so it ain't gonna be that outspoken like Los Angeles, down south. When you have a large population, you have more people vouching for that shoe, or more people representing your city for that shoe.
And there was a lot of delays. I think it was like artificial hype, or the anticipation was more than originally planned.
I think it was artificial hype, honestly.
Well, I was expecting this last day.
Artificial hype.
Yeah, no, I think that was Nike trying to just drive up the that hype train, and now was the perfect time. I mean, you think about what
he's over there texting Nike all y'all saying, so I would stop talking.
Well,
no, he cut the recorder on.
Well, no, check this out though. They put a lot of weight riding on the bacons because, to be honest, this Air Max day was pretty fucking lame and boring.
True.
It's been more interactive or more focused on consumer engagement in the past or voting systems. What was this year?
Hell yeah, I just got the Air Max 95s. No, it's available. Okay, first of all,
what Air Max 90?
When you gonna let us get that Ian Herbert login to while you at it?
You son of a...
And my
screen, they live right now.
My screen not even like that. Which one is that?
No, I'm actually on the Nike app.
So this is the sneakers app. Pending.
It's the sneakers app, and then there's the Nike app,
and then the employee portal.
Yeah, so I'm on the Nike app,
private one.
So I got the New York.
It's a private app. That's what it is.
Private. See this once again. You can't celebrate your wins with some people.
And leave, and you start hitting on the Nike sneakers app. That's a coincidence.
As we all pull it out, let me check.
Exactly.
I mean, it is on the Nike app.
I think we born last night, man. That's what
I'm just saying, bro.
I'm not going for
them. Nice. Honestly, the reason I want them,
I'm about to hit up somebody see if I could get a discount on
them. The reason I like them though, because a lot of times you get the same colorways.
Your birthday today.
Whose birthday is today?
I'm saying if you want a Nike discount, make a brand new account, say today's your birthday, you're going to get that email discount.
Hey, you
That's
gonna
too
say
much
that
work.
while he just told you Nike listen to the show? Now that's not gonna work. Then you gonna come back next
never-
week and be
you never
mad and say,
know.
"Dog, it didn't work no more."
You never know.
I'm not, I mean, I
know,
don't care.
hey-
You guys are welcome.
Hey,
Enjoy
look,
it while it lasts.
Joe
You got a
Herbert
week.
is still buying shoes. I mean, they're not gonna stop dunks.
Hey, I heard business is
I
booming.
mean,
Slam.
Show Guru's face. I swear to every time they do something, just show Guru's face.
It's gone now.
Apparently, that is the form of entertainment on the show. I will say this though: those Air Max 95s, they usually come in some of the more usual colorways, and so to get an all yellow one, I think it's the New York Air Max
Yeah, it's
95.
because City Pack. They're doing the City Pack.
The Chicago's is cool too, but
I'm about
it's
to
too much.
You seen
I'm about to hit up
they're doing
somebody
a
I know.
whole. I think they're doing a LeBron Laker one. It's four
Yeah, that's
different
what-
colors, not the black.
That's
and
next
purple.
week, right?
Yeah, but it's a white and blue one. It's a Minneapolis Lakers. It's a home and away Air Max 95 too.
Oh shit, I
like
ain't see those.
That's where the
Yeah,
left
okay.
shoe and right shoe are different colors, though, right?
Yeah.
I'm personally kind of getting sick of that.
Why?
It's hard for me to just to pull shit off like that.
Well,
don't
you have
know.
a challenge, man. You gotta challenge your fashion. Is it?
Or what was
Or
it?
like-
The what the fives?
Yeah.
That was like that. Like I really liked them when I saw it. Then I
You
saw
know
them
what
in
it is?
person, and I struggled with
You
it.
know what it is? See, you shouldn't know. Like, here's the thing about shoes like that. Let the shoes do the talking. A lot of times, I've seen pictures of people trying to like match to a T where like, I seen somebody with an outfit where like half the one side was red, half the other side was yellow.
What do he do?
What you talking about? What you mean what I do?
You match to a T.
No,
Like, what you-
no.
he
I
said he
match.
was
No.
two-faced to
Wait,
sneakers.
time out. The way I do it. Of course, you got to.
Harvey, is that you? No.
Of course,
It's a way Iverson.
hold on.
It's Georgetown Iverson.
Of course, you got to coordinate. See, don't pay attention to that. Of course, you got to coordinate. My whole thing is let the shoes do the talking, or the shoes should be the focal point. Everything else should be complementary to the shoes. So, like, if I so for instance, those what the fives, I pretty much mute it down. We're like all black, so that the shoes pop on their own. Or
That was kind of my
whatever.
tactic on the sneakers app. Black shirt,
I just sent you a
white
picture
pants,
of it.
and some loud sneakers. But I'm saying
Okay.
left shoe, right shoe different. It's
Yeah.
just slightly more challenging, is all.
I mean,
Sometimes.
but yeah, with those type of shoes, they're gonna be loud. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Well, I went from thinking like that specific pair was dope to like this looks like ketchup and mustard, and I can't pull it off.
yeah, I do. Yeah, I can see where you go.
How about
with
you
that.
just take two colors from the shoe that you want to match with like some light blue jeans and just call it a day?
Hey,
You
you
don't
get
have to
you-
match
white
every
V-neck.
single color. Though.
Yeah,
Right.
you get you a
don't have-
white
But that's
T-shirt.
what I'm saying though. Like,
It's
there's
got
people
some of
out there
the
that
colors in
match every single color,
I
and
mean,
so you
we
ain't
from
got to.
Detroit. That's what they do, though. I'm like, we wear retail, red, black shirt, red, black shoes, red, black socks.
it. No, we shop off the
Red.
mannequin.
Yeah. Nah, they wear black. They be on the mannequin.
Yeah, exactly. They see it on the mannequin. I want that whole fit right
This
there.
shirt
I mean, that's
goes
the
with
Well,
purpose
that's
pretty
the
much
point,
everything.
though, right? Put that on the mannequin.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's to give you an idea. There's other ways to play around with it as well.
That's true.
So
But
I
no,
don't
that's
disagree.
I really started with the Stacey Adams peoples. The red and black outfit with the red and black pants with the red and black gator Stacey Adams. So I think that kind of started with that in our city.
Yeah,
That
but I
matching.
mean, you say it's Detroit, but I see that everywhere.
Nah,
Well, I
not
see
my
it
area.
now.
Nah, here.
I see it now, but
No, now
but-
here is ridiculous, but
Yeah.
I've seen it everywhere. I was like, wow. Like the one dude looked like Macho Man Randy Savage. Like, come on, bro.
yeah.
There's too many cups. Wow, that was
Well, not bad.
Guru's face. Show his face. I'm telling you, Guru's face.
I
is the
tried.
best.
Dog.
And speaking of Macho
Drew's
Man Randy
face.
Savage, shout out to my boy Coley because he be doing that. He be rocking the.
Oh yeah, shout out to Cody.
Yeah,
man.
Cody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dog. Everybody know him. Damn.
Yeah,
I
chalk
knew him
line.
first.
Okay, well, I work
So
with
he
him.
is like Cody is to chalk line is what you are to Nike.
Facts.
So there you go.
Facts.
There you go.
That's probably the best.
Show my face,
comparison.
right?
That's the best.
That's my
comparison.
Guru face.
Hey, Cody get every chalk line jacket.
Everyone don't miss one.
Dog,
You
I'm
ain't missing
saying,
Mitchell Ness
damn.
either, dog.
And the funny thing is, he don't even dress like that at work.
Nah, of course, a kid
How,
just like that.
how was he supposed to?
No, trust me, if you watch it, you know you don't do nothing. Like, dog, like,
Thanks, the person.
you don't do nothing.
Haters ball.
No, look,
2021.
I'll be first to admit, hold on.
Hey,
I don't do nothing either. Like, so, I mean, we both don't
Didn't
do
you say
nothing.
Did you say
Christ was
Christ watch
watching?
the show? Look at that.
They know I don't do nothing.
You have photo shoots at work.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, come
Man,
on, bro. This ain't
it must
news.
be nice.
Yeah.
This ain't
no.
news.
Man.
Can't tell people what they already know.
That's why them Chargers falling apart.
Well, we don't make those.
No,
Don't make those.
y'all making the Rams now, right?
Nope. Well, make them on my plan. Nah, I ain't
What
telling
y'all
you.
make?
Nothing.
Exactly.
a
Go
Jeep.
karts. Go karts.
Making a
That's what
Jeep
y'all.
now?
Go karts.
Now.
That's how long they last now.
The go-kart.
Chrysler cars. Go karts.
No, we meant the.
How many people had a 300 and their transmission went out by 75,000 miles? One dude, Dre had his
time out.
300. He was on his second transmission.
Time out.
yeah.
You know
I do
why? Because
remember that.
everybody wants to act like they race cars. They want to act like they Lamborghinis.
No, they raced the Charger.
Everybody with
That's like
300s. No, anybody with 300s or Chargers be like flying in those.
That must be like an internal thing. Y'all must have y'all like Fast and Furious at the parking lot or something.
No, you should see the parking lot.
Can we play
at
that
the end of
Tokyo
the
Drift
shift.
song?
Oh, I've heard about
Boy.
it. It's like, was it like ants trying to get out?
You better have insurance. Get out of that parking lot unscathed, man. That's a blessing. Anyway, ugliest release of the week, and
All right.
this should be no surprise.
What Yeezy is this?
The Adidas Yeezy Foam Runner, man. Them shits. Honestly, dog, I'm at like, if you bought this shoe and you wearing these, I
We should
want to
do a
know.
bet,
I
man.
seen Dwight. Dwight said he got him. He
I
was
want to
happy
know.
about him.
Oh my god,
People,
dog.
Dwight the homie,
people
man.
fuck with them.
I like the white. But here's
I
the
do
thing.
too, but I don't like them.
Listen, I know. I want to know, like, what's an ugly shoe to you? If
This
you
looks
wear
like,
these,
this looks like the Superman ship.
It
does. It does.
It really
it is.
does.
Pull that back up.
It's
not a
I
bad
almost want to do a
shoe.
side by side. Can we pull up the Superman ship?
It looks
Where's
like the
Kyle
Superman
L at
ship.
when you need him?
Dog, doom doom.
Those are Superman.
I think you guys know, but I don't hate them.
Of course you don't.
Yeah,
Of course
because it's
you don't.
hype.
I
These
did
are
sell
the-
all my pairs, but I don't mind them.
This looks like the
You have like it's levels to it. You have like the bottom level. You don't care.
This looks like the
Dunk.
this shoe looks like the fossilized skull of some type of prehistoric animal. Like I don't
I
know.
think that's what Kanye was going for.
Had to be.
Well,
And these are made in America, I believe.
Oh,
And-
that's great. And it looks like the fossils in the Power Ranger movie when they was on the island and they came together. Remember, they was ninjas and they had to fight all them fossils. And then
I do vaguely recall
yes,
this.
that was the Power Ranger movie.
Shout out to the Power Rangers.
And Ivan Ooze.
Yeah,
that is hilarious.
that's the Power Ranger movie.
But anyway, what our live chat looking like? Anybody? Any noteworthy comments?
That's not the Spider-Man shit we talking about.
Wow, he brought up. That's actually a cool looking.
Archie
like a cool
Comics,
looking
Calvin and Hobbes
We
comics.
talking about the
That's
Man of Steel, Christopher Nolan, or Zack Snyder spaceship.
Justice League Superman shit. Just type that in.
Speaking of which, have anybody watched the Justice League yet? Yeah,
I
got
just
to-
I just
Well, I think
stole
we
somebody's
spoiled it for
HBO
all the
Max login, so I'm about to watch it this weekend.
wow.
Sam.
There's a lot of I do a lot of stealing, man. That's crazy.
No, I don't. Well, I do sometimes.
No, it's
Right,
a
y'all
sys-
talking about what I admit to. HBO Max with
no,
the
no.
cancel your
This is
shit
a
now.
system of
They watch our show
reciprocity.
too.
This is what
They
System
do.
of
So can we get the
reciprocity.
sponsorship?
I like how you
HBO
put a
Max,
spin
what's
on
up?
things.
We need that.
It's not. It's not. Yeah, I do a lot of stealing, man. You a CEO of Pepsi. You bring in income. And you
Do I?
friends with the Federal Reserve. So I understand why y'all got to steal so much, man.
You
He said
evading?
the Federal Reserve like it's a person. Like
You
it's
evading your taxes?
just- like
Yo,
right.
I need a bell right now.
Nah.
Like first
Hey,
name
man.
Federal, last name
Who are
Reserve.
you, Al Capone?
Apparently the guru.
I mean, what he probably do, he probably keep all them tags from the Mitchell Ness jerseys and then claim on his taxes as he have to use it for his work uniform because he takes pictures at work. So that's probably how he getting that money back.
Damn, Guru did. just
Who's the
school
black
you.
Republican
Right,
now?
I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm not no Republicans.
I need
I'm
that
not
guru do
black
my
Republicans.
taxes.
You should.
Absolutely not. I'm not doing nobody's taxes. I'm not
Right,
doing
I'm
nobody's
just do
taxes.
TurboTax, man. Just press the buttons.
Man, I'm gonna get audited like a mother.
TurboTax. That's somebody do TurboTax, man. They got $6 back. I said not.
They ain't know what they was doing.
That ain't what I'm saying.
But they do say single men pay the most taxes because
Shout
you
out
have a child
TurboTax.
and, you know, yeah. So you pay
because you
the
ain't got
most
that
taxes.
many things to claim.
Yeah. So single man, that's when you pay the most taxes. So I know. I heard.
Wow. Anyway, what's our live chat looking like? Any noteworthy comments?
Someone called you out for the bacons. They said we're talking about I forget what school you guys talking about, but they said if it was U of M ones, the U of M Jordan 3s you would have rocked. And someone said Air Bacon Tim Hardaway's over the Air Max 90 Bacon.
Oh, the Air Bacon.
Oh, they call you out. See somebody.
They call me out on what now?
If you on the Georgetown 3s, but you were the U of M 3s.
Because it's U of M. I'm repping my school.
Ah, it's the same.
No, it's not.
You
Like, how's that
repping your
the
city?
same?
You repping your city right now too, right?
Hold on, wait. Time out.
It's the
How is
same
that?
color
how-
shoe.
wait, it's not even about the colors though. Like you buy the shoe because of the school. I'm buying it because of the school, not because of the colorway.
So they could drop anything U of M colorway.
So
I'm on it.
that Georgetown 3.
If I went to Georgetown, I probably would be on that. because it's about the school.
So tell me about
because that's the selling
Tell me
point.
about your Philadelphia roots. Exactly.
I like French Prince of Bel Air. He's from there. So
And I was in
there you
Bel
go.
Air.
He's from Philly though,
No, the show was in Bel Air though.
So, I
but
mean,
he's from Philly.
But we've learned a lot about
he
C's
wasn't
over
on
the past
Philly in the
couple
show,
weeks.
though.
At the opening credits, he starts off in Philly, gets beat up, and then he moves to Bel Air.
So he got Boston. C's got Boston roots because he had on the Bruins jersey.
New Orleans,
Yes.
he goes to
And
New Orleans
New
for
Orleans.
catfish and gumbo.
Yep.
And for Mardi Gras.
That's where he goes for that.
But
And
you gotta see what I wear next week.
But nothing's like them Oregon roots. That Beaverton roots, nothing runs deeper than those.
He got a Oregon tracksuit.
Exactly. Arguing with CEOs and still getting shoes. And I thought Joe Hibbert was getting off.
I did argue. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
And when don't you argue?
Okay.
It's somebody called them overhyped Crocs.
No, that's what they are.
They are a
though.
rendition of
We're-
Crocs.
I mean-
but hey, the price point's low compared to any other Yeezy.
So the fuck?
What's the
If
price
that
point?
shoe ain't
Wait,
free,
hold on. What's the price?
I think it's $75.
that's $75 too much.
Well, it's the cheapest Yeezy there is.
I don't
And?
give it. That's like saying that's the cheapest turd. Like, no, that is the.
You
Look
about
at
to
that.
call it a
Stop buying turds.
I'm just saying.
Whoa.
So whoever bought that bought a turd.
Yeah, like
Whoever bought that bought a turd.
Next we talking septic tanks. Like
They said it looks like a
That's what the box
fossilized
was.
goldfish.
The shoebox
Yo,
was a septic tank. You
I
open
think
it
we're
up and you
onto
find that
something.
shit.
what?
Like
With
a,
what?
a
Septic
septic
tanks?
tank shoebox with, I think he's got an angle here. After we do the Big Mac sandwich or whatever.
Well, oh yeah, we gotta do the fast food collab first. Yeah, but that shoe, man. Honestly, though, like, I mean, at this point, I feel like Kanye just like, man, I'm about to see what I can make up just to see if it'll sell.
I mean, I ain't even mad at him because he caters to his.
Well, he's not designing it.
It's also made with recycled materials.
Who the fuck? No, like, I swear to God, y'all keep pointing that out as if that's a selling point.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
I mean,
They
that's
get a whole
what it's
collection
trying
on
to win the
recycled
argument. Come on,
materials.
now.
It's at least a marketing concept, whether it's successful.
So I can
or
make
not.
any piece of shit shoe, but as long as I say it's recycled,
Yeah.
There it is.
I guess.
That, you
maybe-
Shout out
you
to the
blame it on the
vegans.
brands. Brands get 40% of the blame, but it goes back to the consumers who are buying it.
No, I 100%.
So I can't even get mad. If
I feel
you
like
making that product and then selling,
it's a blame on both sides. Like the brands got to make the shit, but then we got to buy it. So.
but they make what we buy for the most part.
huh?
They make what we buy for the most part.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what makes it a vicious cycle. Like we feed into that shit, so they continue to make bullshit like that.
So why don't you tell them to stop?
Well, Adidas don't listen to me like
Hey,
Nike does.
as much as you
Because
guys,
you employee. That's
as much as we say the shoe's no good, right? They dropped 2 of them the exact same day, so they're selling. They're doing well.
Yeah, because stands like you bought them all.
Right.
Fair.
Yeah.
Kanye said, "Wear
But
them."
what
Y'all
kind
wear
of
'em.
friend are you if you let him buy those shoes?
Hey, you just named someone else who bought it, but people are buying them. You'd be surprised how many
I'm not
people you know
surprised
that
by
are
that.
fan
Like
of
people are
these.
buying a lot of bullshit right now. People buy bottled water even though they paying for it at home.
So what about the hype beast who said you shouldn't have bought that Cardinals hat with that Falcons jersey?
I did not think y'all was gonna pay that.
C's was the dirtiest bird ever.
Duh.
Bird
It
playing.
was like at 8 o'clock on a Thursday night. I'm thinking nobody's paying attention to me right now. But
No, we was watching.
Yeah,
Woody
like I-
Wood, how could we not know that Woody Woodpecker
I
had
was
beef
gonna-
with
yeah.
that
You know how they
jersey?
do? They do the LeBron watch. We do the Caesar Fit
I
watch.
see
Yeah,
that
see
hood
the
Sherlock
video.
Holmes over here just got to the bottom of that
Hey,
case.
I'm just my job is to be aware.
It's just
At
being
all
observant.
times.
That's
As
all.
a parent, as an employee, I have to be aware at all times.
I am. Shit, okay. Shout out to you. Shit, we had some voicemails, but shit. Nobody has headphones.
You'd be
so.
mad at the Yeezy.
You know what?
You'd be mad at Yeezy Crocs, but you give it a lot of talk time.
I'll respond to him. Go ahead and play that first one.
First thing, I forgot who said it, but I agree. It should be Under Armour who should go for Reebok versus Master P. In my opinion, I think it'd be easier to get and1 because when I looked on Google, I think and1 was only worth like $140 million, and then they could bring back the trash talking T-shirt. Since he a rapper, you got Van Davis. That'd be I think a legit thing to go grab. And two, see, since I agree with you about Mitchell Ness just doing overkill with Jordan jerseys and Kobe jerseys, but just tell me what you think about this. Remember those Rucker Park jerseys that was like hot for like a half of a summer? It was that red one and that white and sky blue. They should get those and then do a Kobe jersey, and do a Stephon Marbury jersey, and you can even do a Dr. J one. Let me know what you think of that. And 3, I sent you an email, man. Did you see that story of the guys who won the Kobe Grinch raffle, and the girls in the store backdoored those shoes. It was on WorldStar, but man, that was dirty. Like, even the owner had to send an apology to those guys and even offer to buy the shoes for them in whatever other avenue they had. And also, let me ask you this. I know y'all sometimes jump on Virgil, but what about Jeff Don? I mean, because outside of them shorts, he really don't have nothing exciting. And then regarding his shorts, which Detroit team would y'all want to see his shorts in? Like, me personally, I think a Bad Boys, Detroit Pistons Bad Boy shorts would kill. But why he don't do Detroit ones, I don't know. Let me know what y'all think of that, man. And again, love the show. I mean, it gets me through my workday all the time, and I appreciate all y'all. Thank you. Y'all have a good show.
No, definitely appreciate it. So a number of things. So one, he wanted to know as far as the potential suitors for Reebok. He mentioned Under Armour. That would be sad. Like, honestly, I feel like if Under Armour was to like pick up Reebok, Reebok would be like more valuable than them in some ways. But I don't even think they got the capital to pull that off. They got other things. I mean, first of all, most of their money probably going towards lawyer fees right now.
That, and they'd rather spend that money in building Curry brand.
Which,
so
I'm interested to know how that's doing right now.
Why buy a Reebok when you can kind of build your own Reebok?
You know what I'll give them credit for? They trying to pump marketing. They got commercials out there like nonstop.
I haven't seen where they at?
Via social media. I seen them watching the NBA games. Like, they got the commercials out there. So I mean, they put marketing dollars into it, but I mean, the shoes
well, they need
trash.
to put some of that budget towards the actual design of the shoes, because his shit's so basic. Honestly,
all that marketing, his shoes that ain't Foot Locker.
It ain't.
Now, you was worried about Klay Thompson.
Right. Yeah, go ahead, Geeno. Yes. Go ahead. Put that together.
I'm pretty sure his shoe got to be in Foot Locker.
No,
maybe it ain't in that Foot Locker.
It's not in Foot Locker.
I'm about to look it up.
It might be on the website. I haven't typed in
I
Under Armour Foot Locker in so long. But
there's no reason to.
It's probably buried on like the 19th page or something.
But it's there though.
Jesus,
it's there.
It's there.
It's not in the store though. People not gonna buy no Under Armour without trying it on. It's not like Nike where if you bought the shoe so many times, you kind of
know what you
get. What you get.
But I mean, honestly, they have done him no favors. I mean, I don't know what silhouette he's on right now.
They have. They gave him his own brand. That's the favorite.
No, I'm talking about as far as designs. Like, what number is he on right now?
He on the 8. It's at Foot Locker. It's on the website.
So out of 8 silhouettes, he might have had what, 2, maybe?
Yeah, the first two.
Maybe
just the first 2. That was clunky too.
Yeah, it's like, but even those was like, compared to what else was out there, you ain't gonna jump over no hoops or jump through hoops to get those.
I mean, but that's always like the same thing. Like you could say with Dwayne Wade signing with everybody when they signed with Lee Ning. Like, I'm not saying
but
all
I feel like there's more demand for his Lenin shoes than it is.
They got some crazy shit coming up.
People bought a good 3-4 straight. That they bought the 1 and they bought that 3, then that 4, 5, 6.
No, what I'm making the comparison. What I'm making the comparison with that is they gave him the opportunity to have his own brand. And I'm saying that's what it looked like what happened with Under Armour.
I mean, Under Armour ain't got no choice. What else they gonna do?
Look, I wouldn't have took the deal. I would have been like, I'll kick rocks. I go elsewhere. I don't even need my own brand.
He took the deal because of the equity.
Yeah, that's
exactly
why
he took the deal.
Okay, but here's the thing: you take the equity in a brand that's starting to go under. So what do you get
as a basketball player? If it doesn't go anywhere, it's equity in the company though.
High risk, high reward.
But he's still set up though because he's thinking post basketball. Like, that's another investment, thing to add.
Yeah, because he's in his 30s now, right?
Yeah,
so,
I mean, you got to think on that aspect. I'm gonna take the deal with the most equity. It's not the favorable deal, but I mean, we've seen people leave Nike to go get deals where they have more control or more equity. We've seen it with Kanye. So I'm not saying that I would have been like, I'm a bolt for Nike in that sense, but it's just I probably would have had. Where was he gonna go if Nike just gave you a copy and paste presentation? Under Armour keep putting their foot in their mouth. Reebok is about to be somebody else's child, and Adidas is really focused on lifestyle. Where was he gonna go?
I bet you if he would have took control of the situation, Nike would have took him back, and they would have did what they had to do to build something. They probably would have, but they would have said, "Look, we know we dropped the ball, and we're gonna put a little bit more behind." So
they're gonna put more. They're gonna say they put more into it. You're still not gonna be behind. Are you still gonna be behind Jordan, Bron, and even theoretically
Maybe
Kobe,
Kyrie.
because Kobe's getting the most
So,
exposure.
where is he at now?
So
Who?
Where is he at now?
Kyrie don't
technically?
gotta play.
No,
Kids
but
still
no,
play
you
shit.
got. But I mean, at least he gets to be the man there. You know, that's what Guru's saying. Like, if you want the
and-
Nike, you're not the
but
man no more.
Well, that's what I was saying in my initial point. I'm saying I wouldn't have took that because just seeing this as a sinking ship. It's basically like saying, like, yeah, I'm gonna be the captain of a ship that's sinking. What's the point? The ship's still gonna sink.
The captain has to sink with the ship. A real captain
Man,
never abandons
fuck
ship.
that. I'm in a first lifeboat, bro.
Yeah.
But I think
well,
We got some comments.
No, there's people say that if the ship sinks, you could just re-sign with Nike after that point. Like you can still get the Nike deal afterward.
Real talk. So there you go. So this is why you don't have Geeno be your
yeah, but then
your
by
agent.
that, but by that time he won't be playing anymore. So
Who?
Curry. I mean, like you said, he already 31 right now. He's got what?
But I mean,
The
but
life
these players are playing.
expectancy of a nobody's LeBron, bro.
No, I'm not saying, but I mean, but he's not like physical. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, he's a shooter. So I mean, he could possibly.
I mean, shooters can stay alone.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But
Even if
it's
he's not
just-
the man no more, he could still be a piece, a complimentary player. On
Did you call him Kyle Korver?
He just retired though. He just retired.
But no, you're right though. If you're a shooter, I mean,
Yeah, shooters you just linger around longer. But
Yeah.
I feel like in his case, he's made a lot of money in equity. Plus, you a family. Once you done what you done. They like to walk away and build it. So I'm not mad at him taking the Under Armour deal. It sucks that he has a deal like that on a brand who don't know what they're really doing to a certain extent.
That's
but
sad.
I would still take. In that position, I would take the Under Armour deal because the Nike is like, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I'm on Nike, but you lose control, you lose equity, you're gonna make less money, and who knows what your shoe gonna be like or your colorways.
True.
So
I mean, the shoe would probably definitely be an upgrade.
I mean,
but-
talking about the shoe probably look better, but as far as all the other things, your
Right.
royalty's not gonna be that great. Like,
no, yeah, you're right. So no,
I mean, well, we
look,
don't. But we don't. But we
LeBron
don't.
to ball off what 18 years to get a lifetime, about 15 years to get a lifetime deal. He's not gonna be able to do that.
right,
you know
right,
what I'm saying?
right.
So,
Like, how long it take for Jordan Brand to become a brand? Like, so yeah, no, you're right.
About 15 years too. Yeah, from 85.
But no, he also mentioned Mitchell Ness how they seem to be making a whole bunch of Kobe and Jordan jerseys, and he wished they would like kind of show more diversity as far as. I think they should bring back the Negro League jerseys.
Who? Mitchell Ness?
Mitchell Ness. I think they should bring back the Negro League jerseys. And what I like, and shout out to Ebbett Sports because I like what they do too. They, you know, because back in the day you had the Major League Baseball, but you also had some of these minor league teams, and some of those designs were dope. You know, back in the day. So like, it'd be cool if Mitchell Ness can get their hands on that as well.
I think y'all ran, and I'm partially to blame for this too. My Rick Ross voice. Run that Negro League stuff in the ground. I had some of my senior pictures where I had the Negro League jersey with the
Yeah.
different teams on it.
Yeah.
So we had Negro League. We just
Yeah,
ran
we
to
did.
that. We ran it into the ground.
No, but I mean, I think if there was a time to bring it back, I think now would be the time.
Yeah.
And tastefully, you know what I'm saying?
tastefully.
So,
But a lot of them jerseys was wool jerseys though.
huh?
A lot of them jerseys was wool jerseys.
Yeah.
So it's gonna
Them
be
things is hot. Yeah, that's definitely.
so
yeah.
it was different.
Pull them
but-
boys out in the fall, like when
yeah.
it starts to get a little cool. I forgot some of the other stuff he said, but
I mean,
no,
the one
shout
thing
out-
I'd like to see Mitchell Ness do, and I said it before, is if they would bring back the jerseys for players that played on teams,
Yeah.
kind of like a Gary Payton Milwaukee Bucks jersey, like players that played on teams that are kind of like obscure jerseys.
I get you. I feel like I would say that for the swing, man, because I like nobody's paying $300 for that.
It's something that but it's different. You know what I mean?
I get it, but I mean, who's
I
really
mean,
pressed
I
for?
definitely feel like they should bring back. I'm waiting for a Brandon Roy jersey.
Yes.
I'm looking at that. I need a Rasheed Wallace with the September 11th patch on it. Portland Trailblazers.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's something that they can bring back. Who else was on
Blake
that
Griffin,
team?
Detroit Pistons jersey.
San Francisco. Who? Who'd you say?
I ain't gonna put
I
out
said
that.
Blake Griffin, Detroit Pistons.
Oh yes. But who else? It was some good ones.
Nah, they get you a
Utah Jazz, Andre
Eddie
Karolinko
Jones.
jersey.
Eddie Jones.
Hey,
solid.
AK-47
Did they bring
was
that
that
back?
deal.
That man, his nickname was cooler than his game.
Who?
AK-47.
Andre Karolinko.
Oh yeah. I mean, he
Only
was cool.
jerseys I rock are like vintage WWF. I don't even know who's making them.
Wow, Francis loves you right now.
Shout out Francis.
Yes. Now I'm trying to think what other jerseys.
It was
could I think of.
316 day the other day too.
Yeah, shout out to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Hell yeah.
We play that next voicemail.
I thought you was doing an album review. How long ago that last one was?
First, episode 282 was a great show. Y'all should really add in food and movies for at least about maybe 10 to 12 minutes. And also, what did y'all think about the Mortal Kombat trailer? I had to dig in the crates and watch Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, and I couldn't even make it through it. I mean, those two movies aged horribly. And regarding sneakers, I think Google said it like 2 episodes ago, how we consistently get the same alternate color of something we really didn't even want or need, or everything is Chicago color oriented. So what do y'all think of this idea? Just to at least make the releases interesting. So at the start of spring and Easter, why not give us one of them shoes from the Rainbow Pack? I mean, I couldn't wear a lot of those shoes because of the color, but, you know, these days, kids will wear anything if it's height-based, especially if an old sample pack like the Rainbow Pack, I think will fly off the shelf. And then as far as the end of the year, I mean, we always get an 11, but for Black Friday and Steve, if you know something, if you can say it on the show, please say it. Why not bring back the Ben series? That's at least, I think, 6 shoes, even though we know everybody's going to be gunning for them 13s, but what's wrong with bringing the Ben series? As I just said again, that at least hold Jordan brand over for the holiday, at least for 5 to 6 years. You know, so what do y'all think of that? And then lastly, Guru, you mentioned a while back working at camps and backdooring. Look, I benefited from that too, man, because I worked at Marshall Fields in Northland from 04 to 08, and I benefited from that with my discount at Macy, at Marshall Fields. Love the show, man. Just let me know what y'all think about my release idea. Take care, and congrats on the Woodward Sports deal.
No, thank you, definitely. Shout out to Guru. So apparently he's a big fan of Guru. I think you had said something a few episodes back about how I think we was talking about like the shoes that they bring out, like the colorways they bring out, and how they just beat the same colorways, like the Chicago colorways and you know, Safari or Infrared. You know, some of the usual such camo. I remember, man, what year was that? It was just camo everywhere.
2013, 14, 15.
Man, he also liked a lot of the non-sneaker conversations we be having, in particular something about the food, like the sugar and grits and spaghetti and all that shit. He wants to know about Mortal Kombat, like what we think. Now, I will agree with him. The original Mortal Kombat's aged horribly. I can't watch it. Like I can't even do it.
It's a comedy.
I can't.
It's a comedy for me.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's comedy.
I think there's like Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, and the second was like a recast with the wrong actors and shit.
So the second was horrible.
But the first one's still
I think I can get through the
my
first
eyes.
one. That second one, man.
It's like, hey, Raiden's a new guy. All of a sudden, they didn't think anyone would understand.
I can't do it, bro. I can't. But I'm interested to see this new one though. This new one looks good.
What's my man's name?
Who?
The dude who left the voicemail?
Since he had something nice to say about you, he didn't catch his name.
I don't know, because he was bobbing. I thought he was listening to All Eyes on Me, because he was like,
nah, I'm saying if he
time.
had gave me a compliment, I probably would have remembered his name. But he complimented
I got
Guru,
a question though.
Well, whoever left that voicemail, thank you. I appreciate you listening. Appreciate the support. Thank you.
But
blessings to you.
Yeah.
speaking of grits and spaghetti and that topic, right?
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
We're not eating stovetop stuffing.
Margarita, sugar or salt?
What's that?
Margarita, sugar or salt?
Depends. If you get
I feel like that's a middle-aged white woman.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I'm not drinking one. Like,
I didn't understand the grit question, so I'm just trying to control it.
I feel like classic should get salt, flavor should get sugar.
I think that's the correct answer.
yeah, I don't know. I think
I'm still learning.
I'm gonna agree, just because.
He probably went to a Taco Tuesday with a young lady after some unprecedented
come on,
activities, and
Man,
he ordered a margarita.
Brag him out.
The way Dunce looks.
Hey.
Partially impaired, and the waiter was like margarita, and he was like, "Oh, I want to order the right."
Look
thing,
at Dunce's
but I
face. Like it looks.
Were you stalking him?
I'm saying.
I
It sounds like you got that story
I
down
like
to
you
a
got a
T.
little close to
man,
home.
you know,
I'm a pretty
I analyze
basic
people.
bitch.
You know, we managers, man. We have to analyze people. We have to watch people behavior and all that stuff. So I can kind of like, that's probably what happened. Plus the
Wow.
pre-show comments, you know, his pre-show stories.
Hey, my pre-show stories don't need to be
so
on the
I
show.
mean, that's probably. I'm sorry, our pre-production meetings, but
Yeah, you gotta get professional
pre-production
with it.
meetings. Yeah. So
Man, that's too funny right there. But also too, he did mention bringing back the Ben 23 series.
with this current sneaker inflation,
Hey, I can't
let's be
imagine.
What did the odds say? $500?
$500.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
They all had that little like fake wax drop on it, right?
Dog, fake wax drop. Oh, let me step out before Jumpman box and struck you like.
He about to book.
Hey, look.
He gonna come to the window like Stone Cold for real.
Hey, look, you gonna think it's his word of the week. The word of the week. He's just gonna be staring at
Daddy
you.
in Atlanta. So he was
I haven't had any of the Bin 23s in hand, but it's got like that special like print, right?
The Ben 23 collection is probably some of the best quality that Nike ever put on a shoe.
It'd be
Like,
funny.
outside the Air Force Ones that were textured back in like 06, something like that, 07.
Yeah.
That crocodile and Italian leather, all that. But
That's when they started. That's when they started stepping up their
But that was probably the
premium
best,
materials.
That best, especially the nines, that white and gold nines was nice.
Oh,
13, the 13 was nice.
There you go.
Yeah, so that
No,
was really
nice.
nice.
Pair of sevens
And it
that
came with
caught
the
my
wooden
attention.
shoe trees, really heavy. Like that shoe, that was a heavy 9. That's how
Yeah.
you know they put some.
I think Jumpman about to pull up.
Jumpman about to fuck. It'd be funny if he had his own like interest music. It just came on and interrupted us.
Jumpman should have the NWO music.
Oh man.
This is all I want. Fine, then give me D-Generation X then. If he's taking NWO.
No, you
Like, he
like
got that Eric Bischoff music. Like
you like Gilbert.
ooh,
I'm out. I'm done. Is it? I'm out.
ooh,
Slam?
boy.
Nope.
Ah, damn.
You said Gilbert, bro.
That went from an alley oop to a turnover. Like that.
well, hey, look, I'm a Tracy McGrady then. I'm throwing myself through.
Nah, bro, you're a Flash Funk.
Damn.
Damn, Flash Funk.
Damn, dog.
As long as I could be Flash Funk when he was coming out
Can
with
we,
me
get
and
can
Cole.
we get Virgil on the show yet? We're gonna reach out.
Let me guess, y'all cussing each other out in wrestling terms.
Yeah, basically.
That's basically what it
I got you,
was.
Basically.
Yeah.
Let's get to some of these stories real quick.
You gonna keep the headphones on? They give you kind of a
Hey,
look.
Yeah,
Actually,
he got his
they do.
Walkman on over there.
I wanted to ask about the. You said
Motherfucker.
Gucci
That's why
dropped-
he keep pausing.
Hey,
He got
it
wipe his
did-
CD off.
No, anti-skip.
Yeah.
Hey,
Wow.
you said Gucci did a NFT sneaker, or was I misunderstanding?
Yeah, they did.
So that's like a non-fungible token, right?
I guess.
So unless I'm confused, this is like art that you buy digitally, and it's
Yeah.
kind of like the blockchain crypto.
Well, let's
concept.
get right into it then.
I just bought my first NFT this weekend. It was actually one of the Fukujama prints. Since I've seen that in the air and hype and whatnot,
Yeah, let's get into
so you
the
don't
story.
actually own
That's
it.
the question.
You just
I own the digital.
The digital copy.
Yeah,
Yeah, he owns a copy of the original.
which I'm new to this. It's a wave. I'm just kind of confused trying to learn, but
It's actually
got
becoming
my
a thing
attention.
though, because I know they're selling.
I
What's
understand
that?
why everyone's against it. Like, why would you want a digital thing? But
Well, that's like instead of like what's that
Okay.
like sports cards? They're selling the highlights. Like you can purchase the actual highlight.
I'm about to get
Why
a
would you
tag.
purchase that highlight?
I have-
you can
no,
go on
I-
YouTube and see the highlight.
Well, that's the thing
I
is
saw
what they're.
LeBron highlight go for like 130,000. Like you a fool.
Yeah, I think what
such
they're
a
trying to
fool.
do is it's going to eliminate you being able to go on YouTube unless somebody posts it and whatever. But I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Well, keep in mind, someone could just take a screenshot of it and have it too.
But I think it's probably going to be a way.
But if you want to sell it, it's like that blockchain register.
Exactly.
It all goes back to this artificial, like.
It's weird. It's weird. It's something I got no clue what's going on.
Yeah, I agree. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I was like, all right. It was a charitable.
the
thing.
You
shit.
don't gotta worry about this. It's called purchasing. You don't have to purchase anything, so you wouldn't
The
understand.
shit that people spend their money on, bro. Like honestly,
I mean, they can say that about you, but you
the-
get all your jerseys gifted.
But I actually have the jersey. This isn't a digital jersey. Like I
How
actually
we
own
know?
it.
How we know?
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
what
Yeah,
I
sure,
said-
that could be a green screen.
Hey,
shirt.
look, he got the reality stones.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
But hey, unless I'm confused, this is what Gucci just did, right?
Yeah, well, let's get right into it. So, an article written by Alex Gorman for The Guardian. Recently, luxury footwear giant Gucci has started selling the newest sneaker for only $17.99. The catch? The shoes are digital only. The Gucci Virtual 25 sneaker is a chunky slime green, bubblegum pink, and sky blue shoe. None of them colors sound like they go together.
I wonder if they're at least still limited, or like how many digital copies there are.
Dog, if they...
Seriously.
Why would you...
Like,
Let me get
I-
to the story.
Let's
The
get to
story
the
before you
story.
get struck.
No, I ain't mad at you. It's just if they did that, I'm just done. Sky blue shoe that can only be worn via augmented and virtual reality on the Gucci and Wana AR apps, and that's Wana WANA. Users can try on the sneaker and wear them in other virtual worlds, including VR chat, a massive multiplayer online game, and Roblox. So, okay, let me get this.
So
story.
basically, this is basically VCs.
Dog, this is so
This is 2K.
fucking stupid.
Real
Yeah, I
life
was going
2K.
to say it's basically
You
2K.
Real
Yeah,
life
so
that's
dumb,
really
dog.
what it is.
Gucci turning
This is so dumb. The Gucci Virtual 25 sneakers developed in collaboration with Belarus based fashion technology Wana. The Virtual 25 is Gucci's first digital model, but the brand is not new to the world of in-app purchases. Gucci already sells digital arcade games in his app and recently began offering AR functionality, allowing customers to virtually try on sneakers and watches. Bruh, okay, so you don't, it's not real.
The
so you
AR
get
technology, I understand.
Yeah, this
like,
might
you
be-
want to see how a watch looks. If it's only online, you want to see
That's
kind of
different. I'm not paying to own that though. Like that's stupid because you don't own it. Like unless you're taking a picture.
Well, you kind
which I
of do.
guess-
You kind of do own it because you can wear it in different
pictures.
Well, you can wear it in
virtual
the
reality
Matrix.
forms.
You
Like,
can work it in the Matrix. You can wear it in the Matrix.
This is
Red
why I
pill,
just want to
blue
leave
pill.
the planet, bro. Like I'm moving to another
I
planet.
mean, you are visiting Thanos, so I mean,
yeah, I'm out. Like, I'm gone.
before he destroys half of the population.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm out of
Hey,
here.
but
though.
I want. Can we sell these on StockX?
That is the dumbest thing I
They
ever
can sell these
fucking
on
heard in my
StockX,
life. So
yeah.
I,
Y'all can
Probably,
have a
probably not because technically, since it's digital, isn't
you
there
authentic-
unlimited quantity?
How can you
That's what I was
authenticate it?
asking.
How can you
Yeah.
authenticate it?
Because the blockchain would be the easiest thing in the world to authenticate.
Well, yeah, I
See
see what
every
you're saying
owner
with
it's
that,
ever
yeah.
had.
But that's why I said since it's digital, wouldn't it be an unlimited amount? Like, I mean, now
Well, that's what I don't even know.
So
if
what
this
if
would
people
be,
start doing fake digital blockchains?
anybody watch Archer?
Well, that's the whole concept of blockchain.
The cartoon?
No, yeah.
I've seen it a couple times on TV.
You know the one the scientist had the digital wife, the girlfriend.
Ain't that WandaVision?
No, that was
Umbrella
no,
Academy.
hey, chill out, man.
no, that's
don't go there.
Well, yeah, you got WandaVision too,
Which was great.
no, it was great.
Yeah, it was great.
There would be no, there'll be no
It's hard to watch Falcon and the Winter
WandaVision blasphemy
Soldier.
on the show. Huh?
It's hard to watch Falcon and the Winter
It
Soldier.
is kinda hard.
knowing
Even though it
how
have its
great-
moments, though.
Yeah,
It
but
have its moments.
WandaVision was great.
But no, maybe I'm just old, man. I don't know. Like, the idea of buying something that the word to wear, like you're not wearing it anywhere but
You are
on
wearing
your
it.
phone.
If you have it on your phone in the house, you're wearing it in the Matrix. This is what happens. You don't plug up to the Matrix. When you're in the Matrix and you get to wear the shoe
I don't wanna plug
virtually,
up to the
when you
Matrix,
go
bro.
fight and you're on the freeway, you have the Gucci zone. Now, when you unplug, you have on your normal outfit.
You took the
So
wrong pill. That's why you
what
got
it
the
is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Evidently,
That shit took
we see
both.
he took the red one.
So, but
I've tried both.
Well, wow.
I like how impressed he was of his own joke too. By the way,
that was some
It
jokes are
tickled
for
me.
y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Some of them are
It
for
really
me
tickled
personally, though.
I was
But that
glad-
goes back to that when you was on that plane when that dude pressed you about that red outfit. But
oh
that-
yeah, my man kneeled down like a coach trying to give a pep
So
talk.
what he got on now? I bet do you
red.
got the blue.
I would never wear
Sixers
this
jersey?
LA.
Should Mac the sneakers. That's all you.
If
like.
I go to
They call you
LA,
Should
I'm
Mac the
wearing
sneakers.
Laker gear only. Like I am.
You got
I'm
the
keeping it
blue
neutral.
one?
Huh?
You got the blue one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah,
I'm just making sure you
Rest in
equal
peace to Elgin
opportunity.
Baylor. Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got the blue one, the white one.
I'm just
you
making
want
sure
that
you
one?
equal opportunity.
Yeah.
That's all.
Oh yeah, I got all.
No,
of
they
them.
might get him for playing both sides.
The only one I don't have is the blue one when they changed it to the new Sixers
Oh,
logo.
like what was that? Was that like
90,
one?
98 or something? Was that one?
Yeah, the old
Yeah.
one. The alternate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the only one I'm missing.
that jersey was hideous. I wasn't a fan of it. Not the blue one.
Somebody wants to know how much Dunks dropped on the NFT shoe.
On what?
How much? What now?
How much
How
did
much you buy
drop?
for the
Did you
digital
say-
shoe
you
for
said
the
you bought
Matrix?
one? Yeah.
Oh, it was Ethereum, so I think it would be like $175 worth. But I didn't buy that shoe. I bought a Fukijama NFT.
We need the bell. Can you wait? You should have went to Guru's face.
and
Oh my
and
god!
I had to pay a processing fee to get it in my digital crypto wallet.
So let me get this right. I gotta do you like I do little Guru. before
It's
I
an
talk.
investment. Maybe it was a bad investment. Maybe it's the wave. I'm just trying to familiarize
You
myself.
paid $175 for a shoe that don't come with a box. that
No,
you
no, no,
can't
no.
put
It's
on.
not even a
That
shoe.
came with-
Not a
it's-
shoe.
What is it?
It's a non-fungible token, an NFT.
A
It's
token.
literally a picture of the word Fukijama.
A picture of the word.
That's not even worse.
My son,
I agree.
You could get my son money. He could have came back with Chuck E. Cheese with more tokens.
All right.
Yes.
You all right?
So
All right.
on next Saturday.
All right.
I'm going. Hey, what the?
There's potential
you
in
paid
it.
$175 for a word.
Yes.
I see what you're saying.
I see both sides.
No, I see what you're saying, bro.
You
You
said
said
two sides to this shit.
Oh,
You guys can
No.
have free screenshots, but only I can sell
Man,
it.
I could've
'Cause it
sold
comes
you
with
that.
one.
I
that's
could've
what
sold
I'm saying.
you Guru for
I get
$25.
what you're saying with that.
Nah.
It's just I don't see the wave. I don't see it working.
Bruh.
Hey, I just, I
Because it's
like-
almost
I like new things. I
you know
like
what
to
that
dabble.
reminds me of? That reminds me of like so
Crypto. It's the same concept as crypto.
Well, no, like, so if you're doing like t-shirt design or like logo design, like sometimes you have to buy certain fonts.
Yeah.
You can't use a font
What do you
unless.
guys think of this font?
We
that
really
paid
need
for?
that bell. We really
But
need
no,
that
I'm saying,
bell.
like, you know, if you use certain fonts without actually purchasing them, then you get sued. So it's like I see the concept behind that,
Well, you
but it's just that's
and then
Everyone's doing it, and it's catching consumers' attention. Will it be a trend, a fad? I don't know, but I just,
because you know what worries me with
I
that.
like getting in on things early, and it just caught my interest.
Oh man.
And we were just talking about the Fuki. I just licked the Fukijamas, so I was gonna treat myself.
Whoa,
we need a
what?
You lick some
You want
you lick some
context to
Fuki
that, bro?
Jama?
Those are those entourage
You
sneakers.
lick
Yeah,
some
I was
Fuki
gonna say,
Jamas?
duh, you might-
no more of those pills that start with a P. no more. Of those
Hey, yeah,
shit.
no more massage
No
parlors,
more-
bro. What's wrong
No
with
more
you?
of those pills that start with
They
a P.
probably
before
got
the
some of
show.
those out here.
Oh, you know they
You paying
do.
$175 for a word.
Woo.
And I didn't know if I wanted to pay $2.99 for some Fiji water, but goodness gracious,
Man, right.
To each his own though. To each his own. I ain't
It's
gonna
like
pay-
it's like I said. I see what he's saying, but I
just couldn't do.
I don't get the point
Hey,
of
It's
when I
your money,
sell it
bro.
for
investment.
quadruple, we'll revisit this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you sell
if-
for
Hey,
quadruple.
look, if you able to,
There
props
you
to
go.
you. Like
you,
seriously.
you Wolf on Wall Street, but
But
until
if you
then-
sell it for quadruple less,
Bruh.
That I just keep. I mean, it's next topic.
can you print it out? Can you go to FedEx and print it out?
well,
Yeah,
if he
but
owns
I
it,
don't think I could sell it. I don't know. I don't know the legality behind that.
But you can go to FedEx.
it's not on the receipt.
Yeah, I could send you like a screenshot right now.
Nah, I don't.
Duh,
You guys don't even want it
I
for
don't
free.
be
No,
liable for that.
nah, bruh.
$175.
No.
Damn.
Wait,
Did they give you a receipt?
Well, it's blockchain, so it's like I'm the new registered owner.
But
So
you
it's
don't
like-
even know what you can do with it, like you just said. That's what I said. They ain't give you no.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm trying to learn. Early innovator.
And there's other things you can waste your money on, man.
like Sotheby's.
Yeah, like Ethereum.
Sotheby's is auctioning off
Let's say we go. Well, never
They're
mind. I ain't gonna say
auctioning
that on live.
$800,000 worth of
Mad
rare
you ain't spend that
sneakers.
money at the brothel.
An article written by Mario Bruglio for SneakerBarDetroit.com. Sotheby's presents Scarce Air, an online auction of some of the rarest and most desired Nikes ever produced, showcasing 50 prized and highly desirable sneakers. The curated selection is in partnership with premier sneaker dealer English Soul. Shout out to our guy Drew. Some of the highlights include, no, that's another guy that everybody knows. Like, everybody knows Drew. Everybody. Some of the highlights include Kanye West signed Mismatch Air Yeezy 2 sample, 3 different versions of the Encore Eminem Air Jordan 4, as well as his Carhartt collab, Drake's golden pink snakeskin Air Jordan 11s, his Splatter Air Jordan 4s, his Calipari Air Jordan 8-pack, the purple Travis Scott Air Jordan 4, and Usher's Go Air Jordan 3s, 9s, and 11s. Other limited pairs of the Sotheby's Scarce Air auction include the Go Entourage Air Force Ones.
Fukijamas.
Yeah.
They sold for 30,000 plus.
Please get Guru's face right now. Please.
Isn't it? But it's an actual shoe, right?
Yes.
It's an actual shoe, right?
Yeah, there's 12 pairs of them. They're from the show Entourage.
You pay for a print.
Just of the word, not even the shoe.
You could have went on Vistaprint. Got you get some business cards.
My G, you could have went to Kiko's for that, bro.
Hey, listen, at the end of the day, Fukijama keeps coming up in the news. It keeps becoming relevant. We had a pair in the studio, and they put out a Fukijama NFT.
Again.
And I'm riding the wave.
Again, I really hope you're able to sell it for double at least.
Thank you, thank you.
At least.
Oh,
Because
that was... Boy, why were you on Wheel of Fortune? You gonna pay that much for a word? Why-
You could hit me up, dog. I got an inkjet printer at home, bro. We could have made some money.
Oh my,
Dog.
oh my goodness.
Dog. I got tears in my eyes for real, bro. Like,
Oh,
honestly.
man.
I really hope you're able to make
But
some
hey,
money.
but
I'm
back to the
confident I know
story
we got
though. We know them Jordan Usher 3s and the gold 11s. Last time I seen them, they were in trophy room, so I'm pretty sure how they got to the Sotheby's. I'm pretty sure we know how they got to the Sotheby's.
Shout out to Marcus.
I got a picture of
Hey,
my
they got
Instagram.
a-
You talking about the
Custom
chain of
thank you
ownership?
letter.
We could definitely follow that.
Definitely fine.
Man, let me see what else he has. The Mark Wahlberger Air Jordan 4s. You can shop the full collection on Sotheby's website. Bidding ends this Monday, March 29th. So yeah, you
I
might
still
want.
say how they consider that a promotional sample when the shoe didn't come out and they don't really showcase his business. So I'm not understanding why they would do the Mark Wahlberg 4. Plus, how much would it cost them to make a couple pairs of those?
Yeah.
So that's why I understand like how the promotional sample. Now, if Nike sponsored they did the uniforms for his business, and then they made a couple, for the owners or investors, I was understandable because you have business relations with that business. But just to make the shoe, just because.
Well, that's what they do anyway. They do that for everybody.
I mean,
Anybody that's like a celebrity. Or,
I mean, we understand. That's how you get your shoes. I'm just talking about from the general
Yeah,
public.
you did tell on yourself.
No, I don't have any Wahlburger for it.
Because you say they do that for anybody. Wait, not just anybody.
Yeah, that's anybody.
No, I don't get that.
Okay,
That's
C's.
right there. Promotional sample.
Are you ready? All right, so we got one of our segments that we want to bring back. One of my favorite people, one of my favorite YouTubers, if I had to pick one.
Brad Hall.
Man, I wish Brad Hall is up on this show. We're going to have to.
You should have him call in.
We're going to have to. There's going to be a lot of dump buttons. There's going to be a lot of bleeping going on. But Nightwing, what's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, that's weird. I don't think these things connected this time.
I see mute. I see mute on your screen.
Well,
Can you
hopefully
hear me?
this all works. I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you too.
All right, my bad. Sorry, technical difficulties.
I like your backdrop, by the way.
Thank you. Made most of this myself except for that sign, or where am I at? So like the big ass sign right there is from a place called Fantastic Signs. This was years back.
Yeah.
And this guy right here is Haven't You Heard on Instagram. He can carve anything. So if you need anything sneaker related or otherwise, like he's got you.
No, I gotta say this too. I appreciate the shoes you have up there. I see some Chuck Taylors. I see some Converse Pro Leathers, and I see some Penny 3s. Mm-hmm. Like if this was any other YouTuber, it'd be some Yeezys up there.
The Team Giant Jumpmans, the white and blacks, which they have in retro, which they should have.
Yeah.
Those.
So that's why I like
OG.
That's why I love
Jumpman
Nightwing
Pros.
though. Cause like that's a real
13.
sneakerhead backdrop. Like it ain't like, okay, I got these Yeezys back here, these Travis Scotts, these Off Whites.
Sound like Dunks' backdrop.
That's
we're just taking shots right now. Or?
Yeah. No, we've had a lot of conversations about that. And I want to ask you, before we get into our segment, I want to ask you, this was something I was going to bring up. We had a conversation about this anyway. So I don't know if this is true or not, but it looked like the news came out where I think Nike was going to go after Kool Kai. Now,
Did that come out?
Like, I don't know. Like, the news article came out, but then when people tried to find the actual court case, they couldn't find it. So I don't know if it's real or not. I do know, though, that he is definitely on their radar.
I would imagine so.
Yeah. Which is never a good thing.
Load of shoes. So, sorry, can we cuss on this?
You can say whatever you want to.
Okay, cool. My bad. I should have asked that before.
You're Nightwing. You do what you want to. But no, it's one of those things though, where you had the Warren Loader situation, which was like a few months ago, and I don't know how you guys feel about it, but to me, I'm not surprised. If anything, I'm surprised it took this long.
I'm with you on that. I am surprised it took this long. However, I do think that the Warren Loader situation is a little bit different, just because. True. The thing that he had changed was so minute that if you weren't paying attention, you know what I mean? Like you just saw them in passing, you would just assume that it was one of those rare dunks. You know what I'm saying? So
maybe you should have put a Thunderbolt on there instead of a swoosh.
Well, so that's the funny thing though, is like the Kai situation. I can't remember. I always forget what those Vans are called, but like they got the Thunderbolt on them, but they're not Vans.
Yeah.
And people fuck with those heavy, so I don't understand the difference. And Vans hasn't shut that place down, so I don't know if Nike has the ability to with this guy, because the Thunderbolt is not a swoosh mark, so unless they own the patent to every aspect of that shoe's design,
which I think they do. I know they definitely had the patent as of last year, and previous to that, I'm not sure. So I don't know. Go ahead, Guru.
I feel like the floodgates open when they seen the Bape do that shoe years ago, and then Bape actually brought out that Bapester again, slightly modified. And so people saying, okay, they did that for years, and they did the Air Max 1 kind of version of it, and nobody said nothing, nobody did nothing as far as on Nike.
The Roadster.
So so everybody else get roasted. So everybody else started coming out with theirs, and then it's like, now we got to do something. It kind of forced Nike hands a little bit with it. So I think that's what I feel like. If they would have stopped it with Bape's situation, then it wouldn't have got this far with the Kai's, the Warren Lotuses, and whoever else is doing it. Yes, they didn't own it then, but you can win after Bape because Bape just re-released a modified version of it. Now, if they brought back the same version they did back in the 05, 06, they couldn't have touched it. But since they brought back a modified version of the same shoe that you had on the patent of now, they should have did something to them about then, because you want to make an example. You want to make an example out the second person. You never made the example out the first person.
Well, I think there's some legalities to that. I want to get Zach from the Sneaker Law Firm on here one day, because he did a good job of explaining it on Instagram. But there's some legalities as to why they can go after like the Cool Cars of the world and not Bape. I don't know off the top of my head. Huh?
This is theory, not fact at this point.
Yeah.
But with the Air Force One silhouette specifically, it's possible that Nike may have made a mistake when it came to filing the trademark.
Yeah.
And if they lose a lawsuit, they've pretty much opened the floodgates for everyone to take that silhouette.
Exactly.
Where with the Jordan and the Dunk, I believe, it's pretty secured, or intellectually, they've properly protected their intellectual property.
Yeah. So I think that has something to do with what you said, Don.
So now
And they learned their lesson from the Air Force One.
I was going to say, yeah.
So now people just feel like, okay, I got more of a chance to get away with the Air Force One. So it's not going to stop them. It's going to shift which model they're going to copy.
I don't know. What you think, Nightwing?
I don't know. I like seeing things challenged, the corporate entity, especially when the corporate entity is clearly not for the person.
Yeah.
Whereas the Kai brand seems to be more for the people.
Yeah.
Quote unquote, for the streets or whatever.
Yeah.
But maybe it'll be a kick in the butt to the corporate entity to remember where they came from and realize that us consumers are what built their brand. So maybe there should be a little bit more something put in place to where it's, easier for us to cop shoes. So, because this whole circle jerk of shit that's going on, like, it's just a bunch of bullshit, and it's going to force a lot of people that built that brand to leave. And then once these trend followers or whatever, bandwagoners, whatever you want to call them, the hype beasts, once they leave, where's your audience going to be at? You know what I mean? Like, they already left your ass. So I don't know. I think that it's a good thing only in the sense of us as consumers.
No, I agree with you. I mean, you know what? Since I got you here, let me say this, because me and you had conversations, and I feel like this is the perfect opportunity to kind of air some of this shit out. One, the reason I think you're one of the best YouTubers is because, one, you're knowledgeable, both of the product and the history. Two, is entertaining, especially your interactions with your wife. And so, I don't think you get enough respect from the brands, and we both know why. Is because you don't fawn over them, or you're not a yes man. You don't just sit out there and just glow over every product they send you. You constructively, and let me emphasize constructively, you constructively critique when it's necessary. And we both know the brands don't like that. They want you to just gush over their product, good or bad. And I talk to them, I try to tell them, like, well, if you're looking for somebody to push a product, once people realize you're a yes man, like, your word, it means nothing. But if it's somebody who is honest and, like I said, is constructive in their feedback, then that carries more weight than somebody who is just, these are dope every time they are sent something. So, I hope, people like you, even Jumpman Bostic, get more of that love. Because, I do find it annoying when I see people go on Twitter and complain about shoes and they don't know shit about the shoe they're asking for. They just know that it's the hot shoe right now. And, I don't know. It bothers me. It really does. It really bothers me because, like you said, I think that's what led us to this problem now, where these brands have no clue because they're listening to the wrong people.
Yeah, it's almost like, as far as the YouTube side goes or whatever, the way that seeding goes, it's just all marketing at this point. And I was just having a conversation with somebody else the other day where I just find it very weird that like sneakers is like the only industry where the corporations or the brands or whatever, they keep the product out of select individuals' hands, purposefully. Whereas the ones that they do select and seed, it's very clearly marketing. Like there's no opinions really on the thing. And if there is, there's a ton of apology before the opinion stated. You know what I'm saying? And it's that kind of thing where I'm just kind of like, yo, like wouldn't you want somebody to let you know what you could do better for free? Because I swear that they pay people for that. It's called consulting.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So like when somebody's doing it for free, like I just think it's interesting that you would shun them instead of support them, because they're helping you out at the end of the day, whether that the critique is good or bad. And my whole thing is like there's good and bad in every shoe. Like nothing's perfect. You know what I'm saying? And so as long as you're coming at the critique with also a solution in mind, then I think that's important, which is what I try to do. And also I just try to teach the consumer what they're buying. A lot of people are just telling consumers to consume, and I don't think that that's a good thing, because then we come into this segment right here. I had to print this shit out, bro. It's 6 fucking pages. This is 6 fucking pages, dog. Like, why is there this many shoes, man?
That's not even
like,
all of them.
I know. That's the thing. Like, I'm just like, what the fuck? And like, I'm like, yo, where is the sustainability thing y'all promoting? Like 6 pages of sneakers. This is in a 31-day period.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
what
ridiculous.
The fuck is this? Yeah, how many feet are there, man? Like, I don't know, man. This shit's weird. So, I don't know. I agree with you, but I'm more so surprised that just the people, because the people have the power, right? So it's like, I'm surprised that the people don't see through the marketing and all of that stuff. And I understand that you just want to see things, but at the same time, like, the creator needs to be very transparent and be like, hey, you're not going to get an opinion here. This is all marketing. Like, they gifted these to me, blah, 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 whatever. So
right.
It's a little bit of everything.
I feel like when it comes to, the problem is, if you don't want the public criticism, have someone brought in before the shoe's publicly released, right?
100%.
So you can get that criticism or that focus group feedback prior to the product releasing, right? If you want the most positive PR for the shoe as possible, you can't hide it from the consumers or those who have, who's consuming your product for a long time, who's knowledgeable about it. You can't exclude them from that, and then when it comes out, say, oh, why do you feel about this, about it? Like, have them come in before that process. Have people come in and give their feedback and their opinions of it, and say, hey, man, I have the 05 version of this shoe. This is where you're missing the mark at. Stop cut corners on the cushioning. Stop cut corners on the materials. It fit way too tight now, but you want me to play basketball in it. So it's just those type of things. And then also, too, I've realized it's probably like 5 or 6 years ago, the young OGs or the people who's in it for nostalgia or just for the true love of sneakers, we're not the majority no more. The hype beasts are the majority. So now it's pushed marketing wise, because the people who they really want to appeal to are the people who can care less about how the shoe history or the true intentions of the release, just if it's hot or not, who's rocking it. And from a real vain standpoint, that's why they keep certain shoes out of your hands or any other Jumpmans or anybody else who's truly into it, because they have an agenda to sell as many shoes as possible, and I want to send it to that person who has the demographic I'm trying to tap into. So it's sad and it's not the best, but that's why. And I've seen it all the time. Someone who's been a manager retail and 10 years in sneaker retail, I've seen it from all angles. Like, that's why they do it.
It's just the only business that does it.
Of course.
In the tech industry, they send it to all the reviews. They get all the beta testing done. All that's good or bad doesn't matter. Movie reviews, same thing. They make sure that all the critics get the screening, even if they know that they're about to bash that thing.
Yep.
So this is the only industry that is this soft, to where, like, it's just like they don't want to hear it, even though you're about to hear it. And if it's not from me, it's going to be from everybody on social.
Yeah, but I think, how do I want to say it? I think part of that is because a lot of them don't have faith in the product. Like, this whole this recent wave of hype and manufacturing and production to create this artificial demand, to me, says I don't trust my product enough to do well, so I got to do all this other extracurricular shit And that's the sad part about a case like Nike, because y'all used to be like, the reason we have nostalgia is because the product was good, and then the stories behind them were just as good. So now that you guys feel the need, like, it's like, what happened? Like, it's like y'all are a shell of yourselves. As far as
I love this camera review, by the way.
yeah, I do like this camera review too.
I like it.
Like, y'all are a shell of yourselves as far as what y'all used to be. You know what I'm saying? And like, now it's like y'all trying to cater. The people that y'all trying to cater to, rush all off is dead like 2 years ago. Y'all were dead. Now all of a sudden, these are the people that y'all trying to move on to. Guess what? When they move on to the next hype thing, then all you're gonna have is us. But at that point, you already told us to kick rocks because we don't matter no more. So y'all gonna have to work real hard to get us back. I say that as I bought a pair of Air Maxes earlier in the show, but
just put your own foot in your mouth.
I know, right?
Hey, at
but
least you
I
called
mean,
yourself out.
at some point though, like, you're gonna end up, like, I always tell them, like, don't create your own Hannibals. Like, if history's taught us anything, no matter if you're a country or a company, do not get it in your mind that you're too big to fail, because you're not. We've seen big behemoths fall. We've seen countries fall like Rome. We see big companies in this country like Bloomberg and Macy's, companies that you never thought would go out of business, are like struggling right now. So Nike's, Reebok, they're doing good right now. Like, Reebok was number one, I think. Even in your video, you said they're number one in, like, what, 97?
In 87, they controlled the entire footwear market share, dude. It was insane. And we're not even that far off from 87. This is within our lifetime.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't get why they think in their minds that they're infallible.
Even Big Baller Brand failed.
Man, that failed before it got the ground, bro. Like,
but I feel like
that was a different situation.
But I feel like they're a big enough brand where you can cater to. It's like a record label. You have your R&B artists to cater to the R&B, the females or whatever. You have the rap. You have this rap artist who can cater to the fellas. Like, you can cater to your house beasts, and you can cater to your nostalgia people with the Air Bacons. You can re-release, please, or Cherrywood 16s.
Yep.
But you can release like all the other stuff. You can still take care of everybody. You're a big enough brand to do that. You can give him all the Travis Scotts, and you can still give us the Penny 3s and the other two shoes that we want.
That's what I'm saying.
So you can cater to everybody. You're a big enough brand. Cool. If you don't want to see me at Travis Scott's, that's fine. I got more love for some of the Team Jordans and Pro Quicks and the black and blue Air Bacons that you never brought back. Like, you can give us that. You can cater to everybody, so no one's left out the market.
100%.
Yep.
But I mean,
they're leaving money on the table at the end of the day, and that's the thing that I'm just like, it's crazy.
But they're too arrogant to even see that. You try talking to them. I know you have.
We know you have.
You try. Wow. You have try talking and having these conversations. They quit to tell you how big they are, and it's like, okay, but you could be even bigger. Like, some of the ideas that are so common sense to me, you, and everybody on this panel. Like, you say it to them, and it's like an epiphany. It's like a bomb or an explosion went off in their brains. They're like, oh my God, I never thought of that. And it's like, I mean,
that goes back to who you hire. If you're hiring people who are not truly into the sneaker culture, who truly don't care, this is a job, pay my student loans, leave my parents leave me alone, that pays well, pay off my student loans. That's what you get. We've seen some of those people.
But
should we sell shoe cleaner? You sell shoes.
A lot of these people are trying to front themselves. Like, they think that this is like a power move. Like, they're like, oh, look at me, I work for this, I have access to this now, all this stuff. So they're hype beasts themselves a lot of times.
Yeah. It's funny though, because, like, it's all about the degrees and all this other stuff. But imagine if I wasn't into cars, but I'm gonna try to get a job as a car salesman.
But that's what people do.
Yeah, I'm gonna be ineffective because I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, how am I gonna sell you something that I'm not even to myself?
Caveat emptor, buyer beware.
Oh my God. That was dunks, by the way.
But no, what I was gonna say is that's how all of these big corporations operate. They don't care about anybody having any history or nostalgia with whatever is the company or brand that they're working with. They just want somebody that on a piece of paper shows that they can do it, so that they can pay them less than the person that has the experience.
But that's the sad part, because Nike wasn't always like that. That's the
corporate
sad
America.
Part.
Don't Pepsi sit on the board of directors of Nike?
You see, theoretically, Geeno.
He gave it with a hand.
Put it this way. You don't want to know about the stuff that goes on in Pepsi that is disrespectful to the people that's been there as long as they have. It's the same
for any company.
But that's what I'm saying. It's the same thing.
That we both were employed for that was 5 ways, but it's all in corporate settings. But that's because
that's corporate America.
The business clouds the love. I always say this, and I say it till I'm blue in the face. You respect the culture, the money will follow.
Yes.
That's all you have to do is your
that
whole
need to be on a
company is
t-shirt.
built on that. Is on
Yeah.
nostalgia and culture. You give the culture, the money will follow. Stop chasing the money and you leaving some of the culture behind. And you mad why? Oh, I got all these RTVs for this shoe, or this shoe didn't sell, or you got to send all these to the outlet. Follow the culture. Everything come and go. You can take care of him on Saturday. I used to tell this about all my employees, shoppers. I'm going to take care of my Monday through Friday person because they spend more money and time with me than my Saturday release person.
Yeah.
I'd say that all the time. Nike, take care of your Nike basketball, your Spirit Out, all those people. Because that's what built your foundation to be
All the
hygiene
OGSV
driven.
heads.
But here's the thing though. I find it funny because they're quick to point out sneaker culture is a niche. Okay, but it was big enough for you to make your own app. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, let's be real. Like, we move the needle. Like, if you look at the list of shoes, obviously a lot of those shoes most of them are shoes we never really heard of. You might see a Jordan or Air Force One on there, but it's like usually somewhere low on the list, and it's usually some other shoes you ain't never heard of. However, though, we move the needle. Air Force Ones would not be a thing if it wasn't for a store in Baltimore. Air Maxes would not be as big as they are if it wasn't for the inner city rocking them and making it a lifestyle shoe. It going with the Air Jordans, Spike Lee, urban culture, like all that stuff moved the needle. So yes, like wherever we go, everybody else follows.
But the problem is they're such a big brand. They try and follow the same thing other big brands do in terms of they have what they consider to be their core customer. I'm pretty sure Nike's core customer, they say, ranges between a 15-year-old male probably to a 35-year-old male.
Yep.
So once you hit that 36, they don't care about you. They're trying to move on and get that next 15-year-old.
But this ain't like the old days though, where once you get to a certain age, you fall off. You no longer
right. But that's what I was going to say. Is that's their problem.
That Travis Scott silhouette. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah, the Travis Scott silhouette was from a shoe that 35-year-old bought back in '89. So you know what I'm saying? This is the best way to put this, man. With Nike's issue. Why did I get married? Nike's chasing their 20% and gonna mess around and lose their 80%.
Yep.
That is what is going to happen. You chasing the girl that's flirting with you instead of the woman who's holding you down.
And I think you said this one time, and I agree with you. Is the biggest problem I see with Nike outside of everything we just said is the lack of real competition.
Oh, Batman said that. Batman said that to Batman. Winning has defeated you.
Yeah, and it's because think about it. Up until Adidas started getting their shit together a couple of years ago, the quality issues and all types of shit that was going wrong, and then once Adidas started getting their shit together, and everybody started gravitating to them, that's what kind of woke up Nike to kind of start innovating again. And
but Nike was smart enough to know if we just played out, Adidas will fuck it up on their
exactly,
own.
and Adidas did. You know what I'm saying? They celebrated too long and too much, and now
Adidas WCW themselves.
Yeah, but the point is, if they had a real competitor,
Here, Shane, go run it.
You know what I'm saying? I think that would change some attitudes too. But when you have a lack of competition, and there's such a big gulf between you and the competition, it's easy for you to kind of take things for granted.
I think the vetting process needs to be a little bit different when you interviewing these people who's going to be over allocation or product design release. What is one shoe that you like that we didn't get right? What was your favorite? You know what I'm saying? Oh, like Air Max 1. Okay, what year did we brought it back and you didn't like it?
Yeah. That's
real questions because now you got to think. You can't fake that.
Yeah.
You can't fake that. They asked me that question. I got a slew of them. 2008 Brand 11s that y'all messed up.
Though, that there are people that are like that at the brand, both Jordan and the Nike side. It's the people above them. It's the people doing the hiring. They're the ones that don't care.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's they do hire the people that love and have grown up with our age and our generation and stuff, but it's the people in charge of the money. You know what I'm saying? Those are the guys that are making the decisions at the end of the day, and those are the ones that don't care about almost everyone underneath them because they're living large. You know what I mean? So as far as they're concerned, they're doing things right. And it is what it is. Again, reference to a movie studio. The big wig is getting that bonus every year, whether they release 10 flops or not, because he saved money this way and that way, and so that's just kind of where things are at.
No, I agree with you. I mean, to kind of use a movie reference, it's you think about the Justice League, how the big wigs got involved in that, and that's why we got the theatrical cut, and and then you get the Snyder cut, and it's this is what we should have got had you listened to people that actually cared about the product and wasn't just trying to make money. But you know, it is what it is. But
yeah, there's lots of factors. There's budgets. There's all kinds of stuff. But again, if you would cut down some of this stuff, you know what I mean? The budget would be spread across a little bit more evenly across the products, and so you wouldn't have to, you know, slash the budget for this shoe or this retro or whatever, as long as like you weren't releasing all this other stuff that nobody cares about.
Right.
You know, so it's a real big give or take. I do understand that there's a lot of pressure on these big wigs and stuff because they have investors and things like that. But if you just would, I don't know, like do things honestly and follow that passion, then things would just happen naturally. You know what I mean? And people would fuck with it. They would see it and they would be like, yo, this shit's dope. Just like we did when we were growing up in the 80s and 90s and stuff, you know, like they signed the greatest basketball player to ever lace him up, and look what happened. You know what I'm saying? So as long as they just no.
You really wanted to get Guru going on that, didn't you?
I'm not even going to take.
I just had to put that out there.
Take that bait on there. So,
but no, I want to get to the segment.
You can say that again about all of their athletes, whether it be Penny, LeBron, Kobe. You know what I'm saying? They really have they do find the greatest talent, and then they do a real good job of marketing that stuff as far as footwear goes, iconic advertisements, things like that. Like, and then they just like. What happens though? You know what I mean? Like we remember that stuff. So like if you just play to that, then maybe some good things would happen still.
I gotta say, okay. One more question before we get to the segment, because you brought up the Penny line, and I feel like that's one of the more underrated one of the more underrated signature lines ever in history. Two, I said that they should have extended it, like how they came out with a Penny 6, and they even came out with a Pippen 6, but I think they should continue to make retros for that line. I don't know. What do you think?
They should not only make retros, but when they redid or restarted the lines, both the Penny and the Pippen with the Penny 5 and 6 and the Pippen 6 or whatever, they did it under the sportswear line. Yeah. And that's not basketball. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like they didn't put the effort into it. They just were like, oh, we're going to slap these old icons on like their logos on these shoes, and we're going to sell them, and that didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like again, you have to teach these new customers why Penny was hot. You have to teach them what Pippen did. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. And like The Last Dance was kind of a good example of like reminding people like this is why Dennis Rodman was a beast. Yes. This is why Scottie Pippen was a beast. This is why Michael Jordan was a beast. He's not just a logo on a shoe. Like this dude rocked the league. And it's just like that shit sold back then, you know what I mean? And so like if you would just tell these stories properly, then maybe the consumer would understand. Like same thing, like with I'm like backwards and shit, but like that thing right there, the Converse. Yeah. Dr. J was fucking killing it, man. And Nike owns that brand. They just dumped the shoe out, and I'm just like, bro, like you didn't put out one fucking image of this guy rocking the cradle or nothing, man. Like it's just like
Nike
I don't know, man.
They're the worst at storytelling. I mean, their own story, things you would think that they would know to do, they just don't.
I think it's the retelling of the story. But my thing is, you have very polarizing market. You have the OG people like us, and you have the hype beasts. You can use them against each other to sell a shoe. So when we buy all the Barclays, the kids, like I love wearing my older sneakers, and people's like, oh dang, where were those, man? And I can tell them and advise them, this is when these shoes came out, boom, boom, boom. And now that I plant that in their mind, they can go buy that. And then when we see a hype beast, oh man, what kind of shoes are those? Oh man, these are the Travis Scotts, or these is the Off-Whites. You can kind of use each other to inform each other, kind of cross-pollination with how we like each other with our shoes. You can do that without sacrificing the one for the other.
But that's why I've been trying to tell, like storytelling. I mean, if you look at history,
SB kills it with storytelling. Nike in general might mess it up, but SB's got it on lock.
But that's the thing, though. If you look at the common thread throughout human history, storytelling is what unites us, and that's part of the reason why we have the nostalgia that we do is the storytelling, and why they go away from that You know what I'm saying? Because now this generation is growing up without that storytelling, so they don't know why some of this shit is hot. They just buying it because they see us buying it.
But
Attention span is so
problem not
short.
even the storytelling is that you can't even retell the story that you told the first time.
But that's still
the
storytelling.
biggest problem. It's not
Right.
we actually pull something out of thin air, reintroduce this. That's why I buy my son. You pull my son Drew out, he got LeBron 5s, Aaron 3s from 99, Air Bacons from 96. They didn't create the nostalgia for him. They didn't release those shoes in his size. So now I have to go on eBay and recreate that nostalgia for him. So whenever they do decide to release Air Bacons in his size, he's like, dang, I had them. My dad got them for me. I shouldn't have to go dig on eBay for S. Carter's and all those old shoes to give him that nostalgia I had. But as someone who's in the sneaker community and who wants him to go about it the right way, that's what I have to do. And it's shameful that they have all the resources and the funding to do so and they don't.
Yeah, well, let's get to this segment real quick because I really want to get through these shoes. I'm interested to see where you go with this. So this is our Rock Baller Berry segment, and basically, I don't know what game is that, where it's like you have to pick which one you want to marry.
Flip, trip, or skip or something.
No, fuck that. No, not that.
What is it? Marry.
Fuck, marry.
Yeah. Yeah,
Fuck, marry, kill.
Yep.
So it's
I
kind
don't
of
know
like
nothing about that.
I was going to say, Guru not going to do the first one.
No,
Or the
yeah,
second, or the third one.
He's a priest.
It's
He's
just
just
gonna
took it
be
up with the
married.
vow of celibacy.
Absolutely.
But no, so
That's why
even though he has a
the
son,
most positive reviews.
but that was immaculate conception.
Thank you. The most positive reviews.
But
We don't know how he got here, but he's here.
right, he just here. He just showed up. But no, so this is a play off of that. Basically, so rock is the one that you'll wear aesthetically. Ball is more what would you wear for performance, and then berry is the shoe that you absolutely hate. So let's start off with the rock. Which one from the month of March, by the way? This is all shoes that came on the month of March.
So I think it's only fair that since there's 6 fucking pages here that I at least even the load a little bit. So
Okay.
I did pick 4 to rock.
Okay.
We are sneakerheads, so there is a rotation here. So the first one is the Adidas Forum 84s. When we're talking about history and when we're talking about doing things right, you got to give credit where it's due. And the 84 version of the Forum, Adidas did really kill it. Adidas Originals and stuff. And that was one where they told the story. It comes with a little booklet with the tech specs, all this shit. It was dope, dude. Like, it was one of the coolest things I've ever seen Adidas do. And that's a shoe that MJ wore before he started wearing the airships and all of that stuff. So I think that it's an important shoe in the culture and the history on top of that, and not just like sneaker culture, but like basketball culture.
I'm just surprised though that it took Adidas that long to get to him. Like, it felt like they were focused on the Stan Smiths and shit for so long.
They were, but to their credit, the Forum has been in production for fucking decades. Like, I had a pair like 10 years ago and stuff, but they've never told that story like that. And that's they didn't tell the MJ thing, but like they never brought them back out like this, where like they were dubbed premium and they told the original basketball story and stuff like that. They just kind of were like, hey, these were hot at one time, you should go buy them again. And again, like, that kind of shit doesn't work.
Yeah, I agree.
So so I think that's a dope one. Something new though, which is really interesting, because normally I don't like a lot of what like that's a non-signature from this brand, but the Jordan MA2.
Yes.
That's an interesting shoe, man. I look at them and I'm just like, dude, those are pretty, man. They're premium. Not everything's premium, but like the stuff that they did that was premium is really good. They're affordable on top of that. They're like $120. It reminds me of what I used to get, like the stuff behind me back here as a kid.
Yep.
Like $120 or less, you know what I mean? And like, you get something dope. And so it reminds me of that time frame, and we haven't had something like that from Jordan Brand in quite a while, where it's not a signature shoe, but it still kind of has like that nice vibe to it.
Totally agree.
Plus, that's one of those shoes too, like what Guru was saying, where you're almost meeting in the middle. You're giving the old heads kind of what they want. We want good stuff. We want to pay money for good stuff, and then these new heads want weird shit and dad shoes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So like you've got kind of like join forces and stuff. Look what happened, man. And finally, like, you guys worked it out. So I think that's dope. Another Jordan, just to throw it out there, is the Jordan 1 High University Blue. I think whenever a Jordan 1 comes out in a great colorway, that it just should be noted.
Yes.
That's another one that had good quality on that one too. They were unattainable for someone like me, so that sucks. But I know.
I got.
We won't talk about that though. We won't talk about that. We all saw.
I was blessed to get a pair. Those are nice shoes. I be sitting on my ones. I don't know why, but maybe because it's springtime coming. But
I do feel guilty. I ain't gonna lie. I do feel guilty, but
And then he kicks his feet up on the table. He's like, just a little bit.
Yeah.
But the last one that I'm going to pick is something that we mentioned also during our convo, and that's Reebok. It is the Pump Omni Zone, and worn by D Brown, dunk contest, blindfold, the OG dab, stuff like that. And again, that's another old school basketball plus culture story that should have been told a long time ago. This is the first time this shoe has re-released like this, like in OG form or whatever, like high top form, not as a weird mid. So again, why it took this long, I have no idea, but hey, it's back. I'm happy. I'm accepting it, and I think it's great.
Too bad it's going for like $600
Yeah, it's
on
like
StockX.
StockX for like extremely large. It probably was the same price for that. What's that word you paid for?
Dog.
NFT.
Nightwing. Man, we ain't got enough time in the show. I'll tell you after the show.
NFT.
The most ridiculous thing you ever heard.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, you will be surprised.
Somebody on this show paid $200 for a word.
But
someone bought an NFT. We don't know what he was thinking.
So those are really interesting, man. Like, don't dog them just yet, because that shit might be.
No, we dogging them until proven otherwise.
That's why I said I think you got a chance to make something out of it.
You guys ever go
You're
to
gonna have
before?
a bunch of fucking nerds owning
It's
IPs.
gambling, right?
To shit way in the future, and every time that shit's used, they're getting paid for it, man.
We'll see.
I'm just saying, like, don't dog it just yet. It's actually it might be a thing. Are we moving to the ball section?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the Kobe 6 came back, all-star form, and that's just one of the greatest basketball shoes of all time. And so that is what I would choose to hoop in.
I love that shoe, man. My only gripe with it fits extremely tight. I got wide feet. So when I watch your videos, I'll be trying to look for the wide foot portion segment, but it fits extremely tight. And I have a size 11. I don't wear 11 and a half, 12 now, but my Black History Month pair was a size 11, and it fits fine because it kind of like formed to my foot a little bit because it got broken in. But this pair, oh my goodness, it fit like the 2012 Bred 11s. Super, super, super tight. And I don't want to get the kickball shoe. I want to get a 12, but it's going to end up looking like seed shoes. But I'm going to end up having to fight that. But it's a really good shoe. I liked it. I feel like sometimes they skim a little bit on the Zoom Air, but for the most part, I like it, though.
They put more Zoom Air in the shoe because it encompasses more space, but the OG like Met bag in the front with the Zoom in the back just feels amazing. So I lean both. I have a hard time with some of the Pro stuff. Sometimes I'm just like, why did you change that shit? Other times I'm like, why didn't you change it more? So, yeah. And then Barry, as I turn to damn near the last fucking page of this thing, it's like doing an essay, bro. Like, this shit was crazy. But this is a shoe I didn't even know fucking released, and it's the Reebok Question Low Glitch. Yeah. Like the Question, one of my favorite shoes of all time, especially the low tops, and these guys is whack, dude. Like they have the weirdest. I don't even know what it is. It's like this weird pose.
Oh, this is your Barry shoe.
This is my Barry shoe. I would not.
I gotta agree with you.
Wear none of this shit.
I would agree with you. I saw the pictures of that, and I was like, why?
They didn't even market this thing. I didn't even know it came out.
It came out in the pack with the kamikazes.
Under the rug.
Man, yeah. I have to agree with you, because when you take a dope silhouette like a Reebok Question and you make it ugly, that takes a lot of effort. You know what I'm saying? And so
you gotta try real hard to fuck that one up.
Now I will say, wait till next month when you see the Candyland Reebok Question.
I see them.
Oh my
eBay.
God,
dude! I already did see them.
I
was like, what are you doing with this?
I know Goodwill Iverson ain't played no Candyland.
Man, ever.
I hope that they're paying him real good to put out this shit. They got AstroTurf on the tongue, dude.
Yeah. That is the equivalent to the Hulu Mitchell Ness jerseys. Like, it's like, why are y'all selling this? This is horrible.
They got those?
Yeah,
they did. Yeah.
That's worse than the NFTs.
No. Well, I don't know. It's on par. I got a question for you, though. So I agree with you on the Reebok Question. However, those Yeezy Foam Runners did come out this month, too. I'm surprised you glanced over those.
There was some Yeezy stuff that I was considering, but it wasn't. I had to look up half of this. I could not believe there was this many shoes.
Right.
But yeah, as soon as I saw that shoe, though, it kind of hit me in my nostalgia nuts, and I was just like, why did you do this? Like, why didn't you pick one of the two colors? You know what I mean? Like, why'd you throw them both on at the same time? And it doesn't even look like a glitch. It's like a fucked up fade.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the thing. I just didn't understand. And you know, the foam things. That's at least they're comfortable, I guess. You know what I mean? They look retarded, but I don't even know if you could say. I don't even know if you could say that anymore. My bad. That's probably not PC, but
I say it all the time.
Back in the day, we said that all the time. I didn't mean no offense by it. But
yeah, whenever I'm
but
yelling at the interns, I say it all the time. But no, I was gonna say though, going back to the Reebok glitch. Now, had it been one of those things where, like, you know, like if you pour water on it or something, it changed colors, maybe that would have been. But the way they did it, like you said, is like half and half, and it just looks stupid.
Yeah, I didn't understand. I thought that it was a heat thing.
Yeah.
But all the promo pics just show them like in half, like blue and purple, and so I'm like, so is this just what they look like? Like I didn't understand any of it. No, it's just a weird drop out of nowhere at that. It feels like a early Easter drop. So I don't know.
What are you looking forward to the rest of the year though? Like, is there anything that stands out to you?
Wasted Youth dunks.
No.
No, I mean I can't get any dunks. Yeah, I'm trying to think of things that are actually attainable. Yo, dude, a dunk used to be low key, bro.
It used to be.
Yeah, you used to be able to get them things at Journeys for like $30.
Exactly. They used to blow the spot. I bought all my dunks for cheap.
Like even the most basic dunks.
65 dunk.
Like, I see some basic dunks and people are losing their minds over it. It's like, why though? Like
every dunk that's been come out.
Yeah, it's like
that black and white.
But it's that follow the leader attitude. It's like, you know, they see.
I came up in the era where the silhouette inspired the hype or the color. Nowadays, it's who's wearing it inspires the hype.
Yeah.
So
or
when
the
Travis
collaborator.
Scott wore the dunks, everybody want to go grab dunks. It's like
that's why they don't tell stories because they don't have to.
Yeah, so that's what.
That's true.
Well, non-SBs are just started as like college colors, and the SB tries to tell a story, but anything that's a collab will get pushed anyways.
So, but here's my thing.
Even Trav has an SB.
Hold on, Nightwing's about to say something. I want to hear this.
I was just gonna say, in 30 years, when you show Jordan 1, you can still talk about like the accolades that happened, like 63 in the Garden or whatever. Yeah. And then when you show the Travis Scott anything, you'd be like, oh, what'd he do? You're like, oh, he collabed with McDonald's, man. He came out with a Happy Meal and shit. Like, you know what I mean? You'd be like, what? Right. So I just don't.
He brings a Kardashian. Like, ooh.
Yeah. Like, I just don't get it.
But my thing is, like, you want people to be more involved and get the dunks to get more notoriety, but you are also partially responsible for people not obtaining dunks. So how do you live with that?
Oh, do you think? Speaking of which, do you think that'd be more transparent? This whole fallout because you had the Marcus Jordan situation,
and then I asked him a question.
Oh,
your question was irrelevant. That's what it was.
Yeah, it was to you.
Repeat it.
Yeah, I said you want people to really have a true appreciation for dunks.
I look at dunks how you look at LeBron's.
Yeah, don't finish. But
dunks and SBs are different.
But here's dunks or SBs, whatever you want. But you and your friends are also partially responsible for people not obtaining dunks. So how do you?
I can't stop the majority, and I adapt to survive.
So basically, he calling you a drug dealing cop. Basically,
thank you.
I don't like that analogy.
Calling him Alonzo?
Listen, I don't like that analogy. I don't work at franchises. I don't have Nike sending me care packages. A sneaker that I like is now coveted by everyone. I can't fight fair if I want to win. I want the fucking sneaker.
But I guess what he's saying is
if you want,
the moral
I'm late
compass.
to the game.
But if you want the appreciation for that shoe to be more coveted, more respected, people have to obtain it.
I want it to die down at this point.
Obtain it, though. So that's all I'm saying. Like, it has to be somewhere.
I mean, I have suggestions and recommendations for what Nike could do, but every time I talk, you say I'm telling on myself.
I mean, because it's things that you do.
So I want to help the public more than, I want people to have what they like. It's Apple Jacks.
I like Apple Jacks.
Is he a botter? Like I don't get
Yes.
Okay.
So
I can't hear what he said.
Yeah.
He's asked, "Was you a botter?"
Oh yeah.
Proud of it too.
Well, you have to adapt. At first, I was against it.
It didn't take much.
It took a few years.
So
took a couple of L's. Right?
Look, so when I was young, it was easy. I go to college, I get out, it's tough. No choice.
Well, he got he asked if you had the expensive bot. Like I don't know.
Cyber? No, I don't have like the most expensive top of the line bots.
Right.
How many pairs do you check out with?
How many pairs do you check out with?
The most I ever hit was probably 16.
16.
I hit
And what do you-
7 pairs of the
and you're
Travis
wearing all
Scotts.
16,
Didn't even know who he
you
was. Sold him for
flipping
way
it?
too low.
Yeah, he flips them.
He flips them.
Yeah.
Come on,
See,
man. You knew the answer to that before you asked it.
If you were to use the bot to get yourself your pair, then that's where I'd be like, all right, that's cool.
Keep in
Right.
mind,
You know what I mean? But like,
He's saying if you had a bot and you was just getting your own pairs, that's one
Well,
thing.
that's
but
how it started. But then when you get good at it and you hit multiple, you're going to return them? No, you're going to give friends favors and then, oh, StockX exists. Okay, cool. You guys aren't paying me anyways. Let's make some money.
so when you say you hit multiple, that's not by choice. Like it just
evolved,
is, it's an
if you will.
accident.
when you hit multiple, is it by accident or by choice?
Well, okay, let's say I run 100 tasks. You hope to hit at least 10%. But there's times where you completely flop. So you like, they can change shit up and you don't know. Like my formula that works one week might flop the next week. So like I'm going to run 100 tasks hoping to hit 10 pairs. I might get 0. I might get 15.
So basically, he's describing how to go from a Jedi to a Sith.
Yes, that's actually a very good analogy.
Yeah,
I wasn't always
that's
this way.
really interesting. I didn't know it's like you're playing lottery almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's. But speaking of which, do you think you got the situation with Marcus Jordan earlier this year, and then you had the Ann Herbert, was it Joe Herbert situation, and now Nike is claiming to be more transparent and all this other stuff. You think that's really something they're going to do going forward? See, you start laughing. I get.
They're not transparent about nothing.
Like I mean, I don't know how much I believe it, but we'll see.
0%.
So I feel like they just waiting for the news cycle to move on.
That's the thing. Like I feel like it's just damage control.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And are they doing things about bots? The answer is yes.
Yeah.
But as far as all the other things like them carrying and shit like that, that's like, we've been in this for a little bit too long. So, but yeah, I had no idea that the bot thing was like that though. So I do find that very interesting because I don't bot myself. But yeah, it does make me wonder if you're hitting 10 pairs or hoping to at least get 10%, then why not pay that forward? And you know what I'm saying? Like, because you could choose to flip those at retail to hook up other SB heads or dunk heads. So
well, he's asking if you hit 10 pairs, why not just pay it forward and then just hook up other SB heads?
I do often.
For retail?
Yeah,
okay.
that's how I get shit to me.
No,
And that's cool.
I will defend him on that. Like I know of him doing that.
I've ooped you sneakers.
That's what I'm saying. I know of you doing that.
I
Didn't
did
just-
try to make money off Geeno.
Wait,
though.
you CCs don't want to bring that part up.
Yeah.
I just
See, they
said
laid in bed.
I literally just said I know of him doing that.
No,
and
that's
before
a
I
good-
get the
that's-
words out,
That's a good point. And I mean, keep in mind, there's times where I've bought too many of a shoe that like you literally don't even make money on it.
yeah. No, I'm saying
Like, it's not always like
I was defending you.
I'm just giving every aspect.
But I feel like I guess when you pay this.
the 1%
Man.
should actually defend them.
But I feel like the
but
one,
see, this type of honesty is what Nike could learn from, though. Because like
Yeah.
I'm asking him a direct question, he's giving me a real answer back, and so I appreciate that. So
He appreciates you, Doug.
and that's
Here,
and that's
real
all that
quick,
we
this
ask
reminds me of
for as
something after.
consumers.
do you remember last year or two? When did the Air Max moon landing drop or the Mars?
That was a couple years
What,
ago.
that Air Max 90?
Yeah, so I personally didn't run for those, but I know people who are like, this is going to sell like crazy. They went all out.
Yeah.
People got like 20, 30 pairs, literally lost money on them.
Yeah, because they didn't go. They thought it was gonna be like the moon landing.
Yeah, so it's like there's
Yeah.
there's situations like that people don't realize. Or like the Obsidians, for example, when they dropped,
Yeah.
they didn't really go up in value for almost 6 months.
I laughed at Eddie. Anytime
know?
I see a shoe bomb like that, I
You
laugh.
mean the real Obsidians, or are you talking about the Indigos?
Indigos.
I think the Indigo.
The Indigos.
Yeah, the real
The
Obsidians.
fake Obsidian.
Yeah. Anyway, but no, as
Well,
always,
that I don't have sympathy for that, just because that is your gamble. So like if you got some like rich white dude in a casino and he drops 30K and then loses 30K, I'm just like, well, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
It is what it is. Like you played that shit, you know what I mean? But it is, like I said, as long as if you're botting and then you do hook up and help other people out, then I appreciate that. I think that's cool.
man, no.
he said if you buy it and hook up other people, he appreciates that.
Yeah.
But as always, Chris, man, I appreciate you, man. I wasn't sure he was gonna. I'm like, cause I know it's like 8 o'clock there in California.
I'm running off for 2 hours of sleep. You know that you can't just wake up. You have to have enough time to take a shit and stuff, man. And so like, I'm fucking delirious right now, dude. So like, I'm just like, man. So
No, I appreciate you.
Thanks
Next
for having
time, next time we're out there in the Bay, we're gonna link up. Dinner's on me.
He was about to say next time we were out there in Oregon, but he caught
Say
himself.
whatever.
So that's why he caught himself.
Next
But I
time
appreciate
I'm
it.
in Oregon.
I probably won't be back up there for a hot minute.
Yeah,
But
me
Steve's
too. Probably after this
Steve's got sore
episode.
passes, so you can holler at him, man.
Whatever. But no, those definitely thank you, and tell your wife to say hi, man. Honestly, I love y'all interactions in y'all videos, man. That's like one of my favorite parts.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate everybody that watches and tunes in. It really helps us out. We don't have the brand support, so we rely on you guys to watch. We earn based just off of the ad revenue. So, you know, I really appreciate everybody that tunes in for whatever reason, whether you're there to see the banter or hear the review, sizing recommendations, whatever it is. Just us. I feel like what we are doing right now is just what we do in our videos. We're just shooting the shit and just talking about kicks.
I do have to give it to you, people who do YouTube. I did a couple videos. Me and C did like about 10 videos.
Yeah.
The one thing about YouTube though is that
let's do it.
You have to stick with it, constantly put out videos, and the shooting is not sometimes the hardest part. It's the editing.
Man.
So if you shoot 6 videos, you got to edit 6 videos.
Yes.
Like, and then so you have mishaps where you think you're recording, the audio not recording, then the video gets choppy when you go to edit it. So like, man, all that, I give you your praise and kudos on that, because that's not easy to do.
And I love y'all love of The Office too, by the way, too. Like I love all the Office clips that you inject in there. Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of Office myself.
Anything that hits our nostalgia button is like what we throw it all in there. So and I'm super grateful that you guys all appreciate it, because that makes me feel good.
No, you definitely. Honestly, I think. Real talk. I think you're the best in the game right now. Like real talk. Like as far as feedback and honesty and quality reviews, not just some
fancy editing work.
Yeah, like if
it wasn't for you and some of Geeno hating, I wouldn't get all that knowledge about the Klay Thompson shoe.
Oh my God, that's another show right there.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's why I was hoping we was gonna get into when you said Nightwing was gonna be on.
Oh, man, we gotta get you back on there.
Geeno says Klay Thompson shoe wouldn't sell in the Foot Locker. I totally disagree. He says not enough people know about Klay Thompson.
Look, actually, Anta dropped twice here in the States, in the Bay Area specifically.
I can't hear.
So it was for the first. It was for the first one.
All I hear is bot testers coming soon.
But no, the first drop they released over at Champs exclusively, which is a Foot Locker company, and they flopped. And then the second one they released at Shoe Palace and Nice Kicks in San Francisco. Same thing. So now the only place that you can get them in the U.S. is at the Warriors store at the arena, and that's about it. And even then, it's like real limited. So they did try it twice. It just doesn't happen.
Look, don't act like Geeno made a point. He didn't.
Good thing he didn't hear what he said.
Yeah.
Don't tell him,
Geeno, you was wrong. He said you are an idiot.
He said they sold out and they had to restock twice.
Yes. He can't hear you right now, so he can tell anything we want to right now.
Hey, look, Nightwing, I'm gonna go back and listen to it. I'll give you some props
for agreeing.
No. As soon as it get posted.
No, we're clipping that part of the show out.
Yeah, we're gonna edit that part of the show out.
But as always, man, thank you, Nightwing. Man, we got to get you back on the show, and like I said, next time we out in Cali, man, we got to link up.
For sure. Just bump the show up like an hour, and we're good.
Bet it up. We was talking about that actually, so yeah, we might actually do that.
Oh. Good, yeah, because that, man, 8 o'clock is hurting, bro.
I got you. I appreciate you, though.
Man. Take it easy, guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, as always, that was Nightwing from Weartesters. Make sure you check them out. Go to his YouTube channel if you haven't already. Subscribe, like all his videos. Like I said, man, best in the game. But on that note, because we kind of ran a little long, this will be the end of our show. So whatever we didn't get into, we'll get into next week, including some more of our voicemails and some of our news stories and whatnot. And so that's it for this week. African Caesar here for the rest of the crew. Geeno, Dunks, Guru. We'll see you guys next week. We out. We're about to leave y'all with Jumpman's Word of the Week.
What up, though? Hope you enjoyed the show today. Jumpman Bosick. I'm back with you from the basement of the Jays with the Word of the Week. Always believe in yourself. Stay on task, stay positive, and don't let any situation get you down to the point where it's constantly on your mind. Things come, things go. You got to be able to adapt to them, keep it moving forward, keep your positivity, keep your upbeat style. You never know who's watching you. You never know where opportunities will come from. One door may shut, two doors may open. You may even have to go and open doors yourself and just use your personality to get what you're hoping to obtain. It's never too late, but positivity always helps because people do watch negativity and they'll pass you up and go to the next person. All right, it's your main man, Jumpman Bostic. I'm fading to the back from the basement of the J's. That's your word of the week. Make sure you check out the guys again next week, and I'll have a new word for you, and I'll holler at you on the next one. Peace.